As Roll20 loads. It's taking its time.
What's up, Michael?
Oh, wait, Michael's here.
Hey, just wanted to, Nicole was talking for me because she is across the room. I'm dealing with a bunch of work stuff right now, so I won't be able to be really paying attention.
Gotcha.
Uh, but hello, and I do say hi, even though I didn't say hi when she said hi.
Apparently TJ said hi.
Yo.
Wait,
Hello.
give me a break. Give me a second. Is Nicole, TJ, and Michael, are they all together?
Yes.
That's dope as hell. Cool.
Party.
Nice.
Yeah.
Now I'm jealous, but whatever.
Don't worry, you'll be there soon, Zach.
Yeah, teleport out here.
I've got the helm of teleportation.
Jekko jumping is gonna be real hard.
Here's my started session notes. How do I start this? Let's see. Can everybody roll a d20 for me?
That is how you play Dungeons and Dragons.
Nice. Let's see.
Not bad. 2, a 7, and a 9.
Oh, I see my notes here. Everyone was supposed to roll in secret to me. Gotcha.
Uh-oh.
That's fine.
I can roll again in secret to you. That's fine.
No, this is fine. In my session notes, I have what happened to the owl bear. Who knows?
Poor guy.
Yeah, I think he just was left in Brinchander or something. He just stopped being a part of the adventure at some point.
But we love him.
Well, too bad.
Except for he doesn't love me. That's fair. Okay.
You sent him away.
Was this the owlbear that we lovingly called Dawick?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Nick, you have an axe of Chartelin.
Oh boy, do I.
I sent you the stats for.
Yes.
Um,
I might as well add that.
I forget if there was anything in particular. So let me reread that. Yeah, for everyone else, it's a Chartelin Great Axe that glows that Nick has now, that Kit Fisto has.
Oh boy.
Snapchat.
Here I go killing again.
Does someone live here, Nicole? Is this Michael's cool place I just got a view of?
No, it's an Airbnb.
Ah.
Oh.
But there's a hot tub here and hammocks, so it's pretty sick.
Nice.
Nice.
Okay. Good morning, everybody. It's Nightall the 11th at 10 a.m., which means a little bit of daylight. The map is set up to reflect there is an amount of fog on the island. You can see a little bit out. Farther from the coast, it just completely envelops the sea. You cannot see, I think, beyond 100 feet out to the ocean, but you can see a little bit on the main island. Protruding from the fog at the center of the island, you can see there is a. You've all seen that fortress. Why didn't that work? Why isn't this moving, everybody?
We're just standing there.
Shift click. Why doesn't that work?
Is this the Frost Giant Island?
Oh, because I'm not the DM. There you go.
Yes, it is.
Yeah, you all have teleported to the island of Solstice, which last session villain Harpel explained was, yeah, there's a whole lot going on. But basically, there is a book that you need to retrieve in the fortress here that can help you find the entrance to Ethrin, a crashed and buried under the snow Netherese ruin. So that's what she's after. You've also learned that this is the roosting place of the Frost Maiden. This is what she calls her home. Good place to end the winter if that's what you want to do.
Indeed. Sounds terrifying. But
Was that everything?
it.
I think I'm missing some steps. But step 1 is kill God after all.
Kill a god.
Yes.
We do have items for the other people.
Oh, did you guys buy things? That was another thing. Everybody bought a bunch of magic items. You were able to spend the gold you had attained through Velen Harpel's demi-plane, connecting to the Arcane Brotherhood. So if you guys
That's
still
right.
have gold...
I skipped that entire part, so I don't know what items people got.
So I know we do have some greater healing potions that we needed to pass on to you. I don't remember how many.
Zach, I think you have 2, I have 3.
Let me check. I remember. Oh, you're right. Actually, I do think I have two. Here, I'll give track one.
Get Fist so you can have another.
Okay. That's a greater healing.
Yes.
Same for you, track greater healing. Um, is there any way that we could kind of retcon that and let Kit Fisto and Track buy some stuff if they would like?
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say. You guys have about 1,000, just over 1,000 gold in the party fund. If Kit or Trek, you had a magic item in mind that you wanted to see how much it was, or something along those lines.
Let's see
Uh,
here.
Basically, any magic item, any spell components are available to you. It's just a matter of how much things cost.
Yeah.
Um,
I did not have anything in mind.
Let's see here.
any uncommon item or more common would be something you could buy with 1,000 gold.
Maybe how much would bracers of defense be?
Those are rare. 6,000.
6,000. Okay.
6,000 gold.
No, I don't have anything in mind. Just I have another 50 gold if we have more money to buy more potions. That's all I can think of.
How
Maybe
much,
something that resists radiant or something.
Kit, how much were you trying to up your AC with Braces of Defense?
Hmm.
Do you have another attunement slot?
I was gonna switch out my absorbing tattoo of acid resistance for it.
If you wanted to, it's not +2 to your AC, but it's +1. A cloak of protection or a ring of protection would be an uncommon AC bump. It'd be a +1.
I could do that, yeah. And then I'll drop this acid resistance. How much would the ring cost?
Oh, you could also sell things if you have magic items you're not using.
Mm, let's see here.
What ring?
Ring of protection for the +1 AC. I think Zach said it's uncommon.
Zach was offering you a cloak of protection, if I heard that right, wasn't it?
No, I was just giving out
To
suggestions.
buy.
But
It was a
actually, yeah,
suggestion to buy.
the cloak is uncommon. I believe the ring is actually rare.
Oh, the ring is rare because it gives saving throw
Cloak
+1.
of protection is 600 gold, and it is attunement.
Okay. Would that work with like my gear and stuff and being a monk? And is this technically not armor, right?
It is not armor. It's just a +1 to AC and your saving throws.
I would absolutely take that then, if no one else needs the gold.
Can we sell the tattoo? The absorbing acid tattoo?
Yeah, I can sell that to get some money.
I have to look that up.
I need to finish putting this Shardle and Great Axe into my thing.
Ooh, you get a fair bit of money for that.
Really? The
Yeah.
absorbing tattoo?
Yep.
How
How
much?
much?
Can you roll a D4 for me?
Sure thing.
Oh my god.
Oh god, 2.
20,000
Come
gold.
on.
I'm gonna buy some adamantium armor. That'd be awesome.
15,000 gold.
You're joking.
Wait, what?
Yeah.
What?
Okay, hold on. I need to change some things real quick, and
Those
we
are
may need to retcon a bit.
those are very rare, it seems.
These acid resistance ones in particular.
Yeah.
Amazing. Holy moly. But yeah, that's a lot of money. I'm definitely selling that.
Okay, so that's sold. Everything's in the party fund right now.
Yeah.
Um,
Actually, let me change that. 30,000. There we go.
Oh my.
Wow.
oh my God, Derek,
30,000 gold.
Why do we sell anything else?
we didn't need what we the other stuff we sold.
True. I'm gonna go look
So
at stuff real quick.
yeah,
I'm pulling up the
everyone,
list.
go ahead and look at rare items if you want. Oh fuck, we might have to retcon again because I know
Stop saying retcon.
Oh, okay, sorry. Silas and Astrid might want stuff.
Just, hey, you guys are still in that demi-plane, and wow, Kit, those mischievous too.
Holy
Uh,
crap.
that's a lot of money.
Heard the word monk.
Let's see here. What even would be useful for me? I honestly don't know.
Yeah, if you think of something the next, 30 minutes, just let me know. We can play
Okay.
from there. We don't have to sit here, looking at stuff.
Yeah, that sounds good. I'll be looking as we talk.
But I mean, everybody's looking at magic items, so I guess.
The only thing I can think of is an amulet of health.
Those are pretty
So
cute.
that's my only. That's
Yeah,
my
you've
only
wanted
pitch.
one of those for a while too.
Yep. Well, that's the thing. I want that, and I also I'm gonna
Oh
keep my
wait, no, they're
gauntlets of
not.
ogre power on.
They're 14,000 gold.
Oh yeah. Well, there's not very much that bumps your con up, right? So I figured it'd be more expensive.
Right. That's 14,000, and it is attunement as well.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. So it's either cloak of protection or that. I still think the cloak might be better.
The cloak's pretty good.
Yeah, I'm gonna do the cloak. So get rid of the absorbing tattoo there, and then that's all I need. Cloak of protection.
That's absolutely wild.
It's a good thing I tried to sell it. Okay. I need to figure out how to do these extra damage types on roll 20.
If I were you, I would leave off the. You can only put 2 instances of damage on a weapon.
Okay, so I'll do the regular D12 plus strength.
Yeah, I would do that and the cold because the cold always applies, and then leave off the radiant just so
Okay.
you just have to remember when you roll a crit.
So that'd be slashing. The crit would be 2d12. Okay, and then the
Anybody else doing anything money wise? You have a lot. You just came into a lot of money. You can ignore Nick reading out loud his inputs onto roll 20.
I want to buy a javelin of lightning.
Javelin of lightning. Okay. Let's see. Those are rare, I think. Melee, rarity. Those are uncommon.
It's uncommon, yeah.
Could you roll 1d6 for me?
I got a 2.
200 gold.
We'll take it.
All right, I'll go ahead and change that.
Thanks, Zach.
Maybe getting a cloak of protection.
Yeah, let me know what you're buying so I can take off the money because I don't know right now what everyone's buying.
Cloak of protections are 600, and they
How many have
are
how many
attunement.
have we bought?
Yeah, if you're buying something, do tell Zach because he's keeping track in the party fund, and I don't want things just mysteriously appearing in your inventory.
Okay, if Mel is buying one of them, is Kit also buying one of them?
yes, I also bought a cloak of protection. Sorry, I was muted.
Nick said he
Okay.
did. Yeah, you should be keeping track of that.
Yes, I would
Already
also like
added
to
that.
buy one.
If you're buying a magic item, please write it in the general chat.
I've already got Track, Kit's, and Kerrigan's new things counted for.
And how much they cost.
Wow, I put clock of protection. I'm buying a clock of protection.
That's
Perfect.
funny for reasons.
You've got time on your side.
I was gonna say it's just a giant shield. for the clock.
We have a bag of holding, right?
Yep.
I'm going to remove my robe of useful items and put it in the bag
Oh my god. You do that.
and don my cloak.
I don't think those take up the same slot if that's what you're worried about. You can wear them on top of each other.
Thinking more from practical purposes, they're like essentially the same piece of clothing.
Kind
I'll
of.
wear them both. All look really cool.
You look very
Derek,
warm. What, Zach?
can I ask how much a flame tongue sword would be?
Do you have the rarity?
Rare.
Roll 2d10.
9.
9,000.
Okay.
And that requires attunement as well.
Right. Yeah, honestly, guys, I'm good. My Shardland blade seems like it's the best thing I'll have.
Yep. I'm all set with items. I don't need anything else.
Yeah, I'm good.
Nice. Wow, it's today.
Woohoo!
Quick question, real quick.
Yeah, Bozu.
Um,
Comma Michael.
does a dancing sword require concentration?
I don't believe so.
I don't think it does either. I wonder how much that would cost if there's money left.
There's money left.
That would be in the tens of thousands.
Dancing sword is rare.
I have very rare. I'll look it up again.
Yeah, that's a lot. Not worth it for that.
No, it's in the rare category, weirdly enough. From
I
where
have it as
I'm
very.
seeing.
I see very rare.
I am saying very rare.
Yeah.
Weird.
Uh,
A dancing sword?
Yeah, it's not that important. I was just curious.
All right, on with the adventure.
Yay!
It is sometime somewhere. It's night all the 11th at 10 a.m. Just at dawn. If you have anything that recharges at dawn, now would be the time to have that. I think Velen offered a lot of you temporary hit points that instantly got whisked away by a teleportation gone awry, so we don't have to worry about that for people who weren't there.
I said I'm sorry.
Uh, Michael, as long as you're here, I guess roll a d3 and recharge that helm.
Oh, I'm not really in roll 20.
Oh,
How do
okay.
I do it in?
You can do it in a exclamation point roll.
Yeah. Thank you.
Nice. It's
3.
it's fully charged.
Nice.
You guys can
Cool, we did
teleport
it.
if you need to. You guys are on the island of Solstice. This is like a massive. I've described it as an island a few times. It's more like a glacier. The edges of this, as you peer over the edge that you're near, it's like a 50-foot drop here. You can see further up on the cliff, it's maybe a 100-foot drop. These are like sheer cliff sides of ice that just drop into the ocean.
Dang.
Yep. Pretty hilly, rough terrain, obviously. You've got Velen Harpel and her Bodak with you. Valish stayed in Brynchander. Otherwise, it's your whole party there. Everyone should be able to move and control this one thing. So
Yeah, I have control of it.
my question to you is, what pace would you like to go around the island at?
Probably like a moderate pace, right, guys?
I think we should definitely stealth here. That's just
You think
my
so?
sense. Yeah.
Yeah, 100%. This is Oriel's like roosting spot.
Sure, we can
Okay.
stealth. Do you want
Uh,
to pass without trace? If you know what I mean.
Yeah.
Okay, I'll go ahead and do that. I
I'm
cast
gonna
pass without trace.
I'm gonna give whoever has the least amount of stealth advantage on their stealth roll. Who's least stealthy?
I don't know.
I'm very stealthy.
Anyone with heavy armor?
I think Silas is.
Probably
All right,
Silas.
I cast. Yeah, I'm gonna give them advantage on stealth.
And +10 from pass without trace.
Yeah, he's not here yet though either, so you might want to save that.
I can do it as many times as I want.
Gotcha.
All right, so slow it is, Derek.
I have to think about. I think that's the pace that I set you at per minute. Okay, yeah. So if you use the ruler right now, it'll show you how many minutes it takes to get to each square.
Oh, very cool. I like
So you got a bird's eye view of the island. It's also dim light out right now. But again, you have that fog, so you have a rough idea of what the island looks like. That would be why you can see everything on the map, but you can only see what your character sees in actuality. How's that? Does that sound good?
Yeah,
Sounds
perfect.
Everybody following?
Yeah.
Yes.
So you tell me where you want to go. You're currently on a spire to the northwest. West? Yeah.
Yes.
You can see there's a number of shipwrecks. Again, the cliffs. Not only are there cliffs here, but like there are, what are they called? Like ice ledges just below the surface of the water. You can easily make out like that's why these ships are wrecking on this. Deceptively high or low ice shelves. There, that's the word, ice shelves, just beneath the surface, causing these wrecks.
That's wild.
Truly.
Um,
How about
I,
south?
yeah, I would say just follow the south coast. Would that work?
Yes, I think that's a good idea.
Okay.
Sure.
just-
Or we can hug this. This seems like a mountain right here.
Derek,
It's a little hill.
Yeah, there's one last thing I wanted to buy if that's okay.
Yeah.
Sorry guys. But this is actually for the team. Derek, I'd love to pick up a necklace of prayer beads.
I will look up the rarity on that.
Hey,
Go.
while we're getting a few extra things, why don't we just get the bigger the superior healing potions that were 500 each? We can get one for each person.
Superior were not 500.
No,
How
they
much
were
they?
5,000.
Oh. Let's just get
That's
more greater healing potions then.
How about
yeah, we could-
also? Can we also buy like a scroll of knock or something,
So
or mage
not.
armor?
I don't think we need that. The people who have or who need mage armor have mage armor.
Fair enough.
No,
I'm just thinking of other ways to spend our gold.
yeah, if you want to buy scrolls, you can buy them. Zach, could you roll? Oh, I closed my thing. Zach, roll 2d10 for me.
Gotcha. 7.
Necklace, prayer beads. I think that's just 7,000.
So before I buy this, I'm gonna ask. So basically, I get 6. I get 1d4 plus 2 beads. And they can be used daily. However, they can come in different spells. So bless is an option. Well, is a possibility. Cure wounds or lesser restoration of second level. Then greater restorations is a possibility. Branding smite, planar ally, and windwalk are all possibilities. Would anybody be up for me getting that? So it's just extra healing and extra restorations in our pocket.
Zach, you just take it. We have the money.
Okay.
I think
So
that sounds good.
I'm gonna go ahead and unattune to my one of my tattoos, and then I'm going to attune to this. Derek, now there's just some rolling that either you and I could do,
Oh,
but
okay.
you
So
just gotta.
you're buying it, is what you're saying.
Yes, I'm gonna purchase it.
Okay, I missed that part because you didn't say
I
it.
purchased
Zach,
it.
wait, we could try to do that and the greater healing potions and try to get a discount.
Uh, do they seem like they'd be? Do, do, Derek, do they seem like they'd be willing to negotiate at all,
No.
price wise? All right.
Wait,
They
never
were
mind.
they were each what 300 gold
I
What?
don't remember.
for the greater or for the health
Greater healing
potions.
potion.
Say the
Yeah,
thing.
greater healing
The
potion.
potion of greater healing is what it's called.
Yep.
300 each.
Okay. We'll take 5 more and the necklace for a total of 8,500 gold.
Okay, that sounds good.
So Zach, you'll have 2, Track can have 2, Kit can have 2, and then we have 2 more to give out.
These are grading healings, right? So we all have 2 each.
Yeah, I'll hold the extra 2, and then I'll give it to someone as soon as they join.
Sure.
Okay.
Oh wow, you get to
Uh,
use each of these per dawn.
Yeah, that's why I thought it was really good.
Wow. Yeah, so I roll 1d4, I guess, Zach, and hope it's good.
Okay. Give me 1 second. I was just typing it in. All right, everyone, blow on your screen here.
Big money, no whammies.
4. Woo!
Oh my god.
6 magic
Work.
beads.
Awesome. 6 magic beads, and
So
now I have to roll.
roll 6d20. Yeah, and then you just get what those are.
Right. Okay.
Healing, cure
Everyone.
wounds, or lesser restoration. Huh.
Yeah.
Does that mean
Would I decide now or with the bead each day?
I think that means you just hold the bead up and cast, and then you get to pick cure wounds or lesser restoration, is how I'm interpreting it.
Okay, that's what I was figuring too, but I didn't want to. All right, I'm gonna roll 6d20. Everyone, blow on your screens.
All if
Big
you
money.
actually got all 20s, it would be kind of miserable.
These are wild, actually. These are
14,
full on.
15, 13.
Nice.
Yikes.
All right.
I gotta look up planar ally.
You got
So
windwalking, planar ally. You got smiting, branding smite.
No wind
No,
walking.
you got favor. Oh no, not windwalking. Sorry.
13 to 16. You've got 3 greater restorations per day.
that's wild.
That's
Might
pretty
that's
good.
good.
Where was B when we needed this?
I'm so happy for you.
That's actually kind of crazy. So wait, these recharge every day? Is that what this is?
Yep.
That is actually nuts. Could you imagine having 6 beads that cast planar ally?
6 and 7. Oh, you got every category except for windwalk.
That's wild.
1 bless,
Nice.
1 cure, 3 greater restorations. Actually no branding smite, which I don't think you would. Man, you would have benefited
Divine
from
favor
that.
is kind of good.
Yeah. I would have.
Divine favor.
That's what the favor is, isn't it?
No, what?
Or is that something else?
What do you?
We don't even know what you're talking about, dude.
I have no
13
idea.
through 16 on the prayer bead?
Is greater restoration.
Oh.
All right, guys, I think that was well worth it.
Oh, I'm reading it wrong.
I think we'll be fine. This is great.
Let's go sneak.
Yeah, we have lots of ups to our stealth right now.
Following you track.
Go.
Okay, all I heard was the word go. So,
Yeah, we're going on the
Pretty
along
much,
the
yeah.
south.
Yeah, we're
uh,
gonna go down the south coast.
nice. You all make it there. Let me actually finish reading Planar Ally because it's a lot longer than I thought it would be, and I think Zach is going to use it.
Sorry.
I mean, it sounds really good.
You can guess as a bonus action.
All of the
Yep.
beads you can.
Oh my god, that's a 6th level spell you just get per day.
Yep.
Why
Plus
not?
the 3 5th level greater restorations. Is this item broken?
Yes.
It was a lot of money though.
I guess.
Yeah, and we did get lucky on the rolls. Not only did he get the maximum amount of beads, but he also rolled 2 good ones on the first 2 rolls.
Guys, if you blow on your screens, holy shit, things work.
Now all of our rolls are going to be bump kiss.
Oh, that's interesting. Yeah, make sure you read Planar Ally carefully, Zach.
I am right now.
I'll just say it for everybody else. It's not summoning something that automatically helps you, like conjure celestial or conjure
It's a
elemental.
deal.
You summon something that you can then convince to help you.
Well, we got some money now.
As a rule of thumb, a task that can be measured in minutes requires a payment worth 100 gold per minute.
My
Ow.
god. We can hire them for 1 hour.
Nice.
Yeah, we have a lot of gold now,
Yeah.
but still.
Time to keep robbing people. And you guys think that me robbing was bad?
A creature enlisted to join your group counts as a member of it
Hey,
for splitting experience points.
he steals our experience?
You can just add members to your party with this spell. That's crazy.
Oh snap. Does that mean if we kill him we get their experience too?
Okay. I just wanted to make sure I had everything down for that spell because it's wild. Right.
It is truly wild.
Cracking open the book called Icewind Dale. We're only an hour in. Oh, we're only 40 minutes in. That's fine. You see just above the shipwreck, off the edge of the cliff here. There's someone buried under the snow here. You can tell because I have a blurb. Half buried in a snow near the edge of a bluff. I wonder what a bluff is. Is
Big
a
pile of snow.
humanoid
Small hill.
corpse clad in cold weather clothing. Clutched in one of its hands is an orb made of smoky gray quartz. A white weasel bursts from the snow near the corpse and stares at you with its beady eyes.
Oh shit.
Oh no.
Hey
Oh.
little
It's
fella.
Nell or something like that.
No, that Nell's an albino tiefling.
I thought that's the one with the weasel. This is definitely someone that Silas is looking for.
Yes, it is.
You guys have Velen and Silas with you, so you can just ask them. But
Is this who you were looking
a voice rings out. Ye gods, I was afraid no one would find us. The sound isn't coming from the weasel, but from the orb.
Is that your body?
Hi,
In the
it's
ground?
me, Velen Harpel.
Oh.
The orb we're looking for?
Someone asking something about me?
Yeah, this is Silas was looking for this person.
Velen studies the hand, at least, reaching out from the snow. Looks at the weasel. Yeah, this is, She pulls out her little book and starts writing in it. Yeah, it looks like this is the body of Nas.
Oh, Nas. I see.
Oh no.
Silas has been looking for Nas for a long time, right?
Yep, that's why Silas
Yeah.
was sent up here.
Is
That's why they. Yeah.
Yeah, is she in an orb now?
Oh, no, that's my professor orb that we were looking for. That she stole from me and fled. And I guess
Oh.
came here with.
Oh, and you were talking through the orb.
No, the orb has its own mind and speaks.
Oh.
Wild.
Isn't that right, Professor Scant? And the orb goes, yes!
Oh my gosh. Amazing. So, like, what can you do as an orb?
I teach
Huh. Teach, like, just magic or.
a variety of topics.
Interesting. Okay.
Would you like
Well,
to learn? Is now a good time
I
for a
would
lesson?
love. Will it take not a lot of time because we're
Now is
in a
not a
very
good
dangerous
time.
Let me
place.
tell you about the history of Netheroo.
No, I think we don't have time for this one.
Can I
Do
just?
do you have any lessons about the Frost Maiden?
No.
Okay.
My areas of expertise. It's me, Professor Scant, not Velen. I should use a different voice for the orb. Hang on.
You're good.
My area of expertise.
No.
That's a perfect voice for that.
Keep going.
No.
You
I can
gotta
tell
know.
you anything. Ah, boy. How annoying, huh?
How annoying indeed. That's okay though.
I'm back and ready whenever you guys are.
Great. Alright, I'm not in the mood for a funny voice anymore. The orb says, I'm here. I can tell you about Netherrealm and vampires and elves and the Tarrasque.
Whoa.
I
I'm
don't think
down.
we actually need any of that right now, but we will definitely talk to you later because that's awesome.
Valen, can I hold the orb?
NASA's holding it right now. A lot of good
NASA
it
looks
did
very
her.
dead. Well, I just want to hold it and listen. It sounds like Professor Scant wants to tell me something.
I don't know what you mean by that. We can hear him just fine.
Fair enough. Silas, do you want us to leave this body in the ground?
We can't speak for Silas right now.
Okay.
You all sing collectively.
Fair
Yeah,
enough.
we'll deal with that in a little bit. Let's keep
Sounds
walking
good.
for now.
All right, let's go.
Should we examine the body a little first? Figure out what happened?
That's a great idea.
Looks pretty frozen to me.
Hey guys, why don't we just ask the professor if they know what happened?
True.
Professor, what
Wait.
happened?
I don't know. She died.
How?
Looks like cold to me.
Yeah, not being alive anymore.
Like, were you attacked?
Does the orb know anything?
It's a good question. Can it see?
I know nothing. It says, I'm so happy to be found.
Aw.
Welcome home.
Can I take a look at the body to see if there's any wounds or anything like that?
It's mostly buried. I think I've got a picture.
Nice.
Let's see it.
Let's see. Player handouts.
This feels like a true crime podcast now. Got a
What
buried
was Michael
frozen
complaining about?
Hotel rooms.
Let's see. Show players.
Oh, I see.
Can you see
Wow,
that?
they are
Yeah.
frozen.
Why can't I see it on my thing? There it is.
Can I invite the weasel to chill in a pocket
Chill
with
in a pocket.
snacks?
With
Yeah.
snacks.
Yeah, I'm gonna try to use snacks and treats to lure it into one of the pockets.
Okay.
I mean, its owner's dead. I don't want to just leave it.
Can
Mike,
familiars talk?
you should tell Michael we can hear him and I can't hear you over him. I have no idea what you just said, Nicole.
Hold on.
Just trying to get the weasel.
I want to use treats and rations to get the weasel to go into my pocket because its owner is dead.
Yeah, sure. I'll say make an animal handling check. We'll see how that goes.
Come on, Natty 20. Get us more companions.
6. Huh. You hold your hand out to the weasel. I mean, I think a 6, you're gonna do better than the dead body it's next to.
It's like fine,
Familiar?
I guess.
Can familiars talk? Is that something we would know?
Gelt jumps out of Astrid's pocket or whatever it says. Howdy! I'm Gelt!
Oh, Gelt.
Yeah, but Gelt's weird.
And
Gelt's an imp.
Velen will lean forward and say, typically, no, familiars do not speak. And she
Gotcha.
holds out her arm and an owl appears on it. And it says, hoot hoot.
Whoa. That was a funny one, Mr. Owl.
It's worth using speak with animals to talk to the familiar. Or do you think I should save the spell slot?
Probably save it for now. We've got the professor orb back. That's all that really matters. Did Nas have anything else of yours, Velen? Why did they run away?
I think she wanted to get here first and, do whatever.
Fair enough.
Do you know if she wanted to help the Frost Maiden or fight the Frost Maiden? Or neither?
She wanted to prove herself to the Arcane Brotherhood.
Sounds like she tried to come do it by herself up here.
Nicole, if you're reading what I just whispered to you, I changed my mind.
Okay.
Spooky.
Professor Scant is happy to be found. Professor Scant. Yeah, you just said that in the general chat instead of whispering it. But okay.
I also said it out loud.
Professor Scant.
Well,
Okay, all right. Interesting.
I suppose we can leave the body for now and just mark where we found it.
Yeah.
Just grab the orb for
Yeah.
Velen.
I think that this will be better to understand once Silas gets here, but for right now, I think we need to move on and at least by the end of today, figure out how to best approach this fortress.
Sure. Works for me.
You do that.
So, can we continue going southwards and then maybe at the middle part of the island where we're like closer to the tower or whatever it is, we kind of push inland? Would anybody be for that?
Yeah, that
Good
works.
idea.
All right, Track, lead the way.
I will lead.
We still have Pass Without Trace active.
Nice.
We sneakily move forward. Oh, we can control it, can't we?
Yeah. Should we just go like one square at a time, or do you want to move us there?
You guys can move. Where are you heading to?
We're headed south along the
Nice.
coast.
And then kind of also towards the spire there that we can see. That was a crazy route, not like that.
I would say plan out a route with your ruler, like every 10 minutes or so, and just move so I can at least keep
People
track
see
of
more of the map.
time. Hmm?
I cannot.
No,
Like it's
I
just
mean,
yeah, it's just two little circles, right?
yeah, we just
Yep.
see
Wait,
this
can you
area
not
here
see that at all?
Yeah.
and this.
No, it's the fog layer.
Is
I
it?
can see it.
Hang on, is it completely black or is it
No, we
just
have
grayed out?
just like dynamic lighting, basically.
No,
from
no,
where
I
no,
we
can
no,
are.
no.
see it.
Is it black or is it grayed out?
I can see
Black.
grayed out.
Black.
Huh. That's weird. All right, so maybe
We can't plan too far ahead.
Okay, let me change something. How's that?
Oh wow.
Now it's
Better.
all grayed out.
Okay.
Oh, it's a big
Sorry about
icicle.
that.
Big snowflake.
Snowflake, yeah.
I think now if I change this back, it will stay like that. Hopefully.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, much better.
That was because Nicole, you joined early when I still had Explore mode on,
Gotcha.
so I thought it would work for everybody. Oops.
That looks good though. So I guess plan the route. Maybe honestly, we could just head towards it once we pass this lip here. Or do you guys want to run around it a little bit? What do you think?
I do the second one, run around a little bit.
Go here and then down.
Yeah,
And then in.
yeah. Just cause if we go straight in, we may end up rushing headlong into something, you know. But if we go down a little bit, we'll get a chance to look.
Scope it out.
Something like this there.
Exactly. Yeah, I think that'll be good for us.
Okay. Route planned.
Huh? Yeah, you guys move. Nice. I think before you go, I mean, Velen's gonna grab her Professor Orb, obviously.
Yes.
The Weasel's just gonna jump up with you guys. Go along.
Yay.
Dope. So the next part we want to kind of walk to is like to down here, south.
Let me look something up really quickly because something actually might happen because of a thing.
Okay. But we're definitely going south.
I hate things.
No. This is before anything else.
I see.
That would be wild.
Oh god. Oriel picks one of us up and we're never seen again.
I'm gonna roll a d20 to see if it happens.
Oh god.
Nick, you know if you say it, it comes true.
It's true. That's a great point, Nicole. I should never tempt fate or give Derek ideas.
Hold on.
It never dies ever again.
Yeah, all
That's
right.
right.
So before you guys leave this spot, where's my mouse? Before you guys leave this spot up here, Velen grabs the orb. The Weasel joins your group, and then the Bodak that is with you guys will turn to Velen and start attacking her.
Whoa.
What?
Her Bodak betrays her?
Yep.
Oh snap.
I immediately draw my weapon and just start slicing into it.
I have to look up
Yeah.
the Bodak's rules.
I would try and help Velen. So let us know how it shakes down.
Okay, yeah. Let's just move everybody to a this random battle sheet I have that probably doesn't have anyone on it. Delete everyone there. Let's see who's here. Not you, Jeff, Kerrigan, Kit, Frank. There you all are. You've got, of course, Velen Harpel with your group. Bodak. Bodak goes and attacks Velen because it's funny.
Because why not?
Ooh, that's fun. A
Calls his other Bodak buddies.
Constitution saving throw. I gotta open my notes with these other things for reasons. What's your bonus? 0, 6. Velen's going to drop to 0 hit points.
Oh my gosh.
And fall over.
Oh my god.
Unless it is immune to the frightened condition, which I don't think Velen is.
Classic wizards.
And you see the Bodak will step over Velen, almost like it's chasing something.
Oh.
What do you guys want to do?
I can't help Velen, so I guess I see.
Let's roll initiative.
Yeah.
Hang on. Did I clear this? If there might be a spoiler in this turn tracker. Everyone avoid your eyes.
Sure.
Yeah. Oh, okay, it's empty.
Nice.
Oh, the Bodak goes first. I'm just gonna call that its turn. So Trek, if you wanna respond with that. Kerrigan, and I'll move you up there. There you go. Trek, what are you doing?
Definitely the Bodak that attacked Velen.
It. Let me put it this way: it grabbed Velen, turned her to face it, and you could see like life being drained from Velen, and then Velen collapsed.
Oh my god.
And then it stepped over and is starting to walk toward the body in the snow.
Yo.
I want to move to the body in the snow.
Okay. I'm just gonna say that's like right there.
You said like right over here.
Yeah. Yeah, you're next to it.
Can I try taking a look or like digging? Yeah, it's just the arm sticking out, right?
It's just the arm sticking out. But yeah, you can dig, I guess. You start
I'm gonna dig.
scooping snow out. I'm gonna move it to Kerrigan while you're doing that. Anything you're doing, Kerrigan?
Yeah. I'm gonna walk over to Velen and do Cure Wound.
Okay. Go ahead and roll for that. I'll add onto the lineup here.
I think it only went to you.
That's fine. Oh yeah, I switched everybody's character sheets to GM whisper rolls for some reason.
Okay.
Don't worry about it.
Well, I healed Velen for 12
I'll
points.
I'll change it back.
And then
Nickel Whisper.
I'll walk towards the body.
Wow, 12 healing. Dang, critical heal.
Yeah, you probably have more
Yeah,
than
so
enough
you
movement.
move there,
Yeah,
and
I was
then
just checking that.
over to the body. Kit Fisto, what are you doing?
I'm just gonna. Does it look like Velen Harpel is still dead after that? Cure
She
wounds.
gasps alive at Kerrigan's
Okay.
healing.
I'll run here. Oops. I'll run between the Bodak and the dead body and
Okay.
attempt to like stop it. So I'll just run right there. And if it runs past me, I'm gonna take an attack of opportunity and use my sentinel to stop it. And I say, Nass, is that you? Velen, what's going on? And that's my turn.
Jeff.
I think Jeff is gonna like slide over in the snow to Velen and like make sure she's okay. After Kerrigan pulled her up, and then get in a fighting stance. And yes, same thing. If the Bodak moves, I'm gonna ready my action to. If it moves aggressively towards Kit, like if it attacks Kit, I'm gonna attack it as my held action.
Okay.
Uh,
Oh,
can I do a bonus action and a held action?
yeah.
My Jacko as my bonus action.
Okay.
That's it.
Let's see. Velen's gonna sit up and what does she have to do? This makes a charisma save. 12 will fail it. She's gonna sit up and quickly like run in front of the Bodak again. And you can see it stops lumbering forward and is docile once more.
Oh,
And
well,
she
Jesus.
goes, "Oh, whew, that could have been bad."
What was that?
Hmm.
Why did it do that to you?
Why did it literally eat your soul? That was terrifying. Why do you have this thing with you?
It was protecting me. Good job. And she pats it on the head.
From
what?
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 I'm doing something really quickly.
You're good. Oh, okay.
Um, I don't remember like the last minute.
Okie doke.
It's probably fine.
It was going toward the
Uh,
corpse.
hang on, give me a second. And she pulls out her book. Oh, yes, okay. Nas Lantimir's ghost is haunting this body. There it is.
Which body?
She points to the body in the snow.
Body of Nas. Oh.
Yeah, fun fact about familiars, they typically don't live longer than the caster.
Huh. Interesting, and definitely something I didn't know before.
Yeah, true.
So is Nas
She
dead or is Nas
she points to
semi?
the weasel.
I go, looks dead to me.
I think it I don't know, it's a curious case. But her spirit's here and it possessed me briefly. So my Bodak, which eats souls, attacked it.
Oh, interesting. And then it got the ghost out of you, is what you're saying.
I yes. I something about the Bodak knocking me unconscious got it to leave. Maybe it
Got
can't possess unconscious people. That'd be a weird rule.
indeed. Okay. Well, should we press on? Is it gonna bother us anymore?
Ghosts typically only haunt the area they're. I mean, we don't know what it wants. Do any of you know about ghosts?
Oh,
No, but people used to call me a ghost.
Ghosts aren't
I
real.
don't know what that means.
I can
Thanks,
pray and try
Puzzle.
and send her on her way.
Okay, do that.
uncovered the body?
Yeah, so you uncover the body completely. Ness Lantimir is lying in the snow holding or at least was holding the Professor Orb aloft. Um, make a medicine check. Crack.
I'll do that.
Definitely, you can see like the uh, like cold weather gear she has on is frozen in a way that would suggest she was underwater before climbing to here and then freezing to death.
I
So,
will relay that to everyone.
yeah, definitely dead, definitely frozen. This is a victim of the cold.
Is the orb just like on Velen's belt, like on a loop or something, or do they put it in a bag?
She's still holding it.
Okay.
The weasel's kind of jumping back and forth between people. It runs up to you and jumps on your shoulder.
I accept that.
Do we maybe not want the weasel to touch us if it should be dead right now and her ghost is still surviving?
I say, but it looks cute.
Oh, okay, good point.
Yeah, let's leave it here. I like the little weasel.
Jeff starts praying to Lara, the Mist Maiden, uh, hoping to take the soul in the mists. Does it
Okay.
work?
I don't know. Make a. Well, let's say roll d20.
The good old Dungeons and Dragons move.
2.
Oh no.
Maybe.
I think I did it.
Yeah. So it's me, Velen. Got the Bodak's back under control. That's all good and well. We should move away from the body at least. I suspect she's still tied to the body's animus.
How about we go towards that big tower over there?
Yeah, we can do that.
Yeah, I point
Just
towards
continue.
the center of the island.
A fitting end, I think, for a thief such as her.
Absolutely right.
That seems harsh, but okay.
Remember, she stole from me and killed 2 of my kobolds, so I don't know what your opinion is on kobolds, but
Well, did she
ruthless.
really steal from you? What did she stole the orb? You said.
She's
Can I see it again?
Velen holds up the orb.
Do you mind if I talk to the professor for a bit?
Uh,
He said he wanted to teach me.
I don't think now's the time for a lesson, but sure. She tosses you the orb.
I grab it greedily.
Okay. Can it float at all or anything? Nope, it's just a ball. It's just a ball with a mind in it.
Well,
No better time for a lesson than the present, the ball says.
I just keep talking to the ball.
Okay.
we
Okay.
should continue.
Yeah, let's continue moving. We're so close.
Let's see. Player tab, back to the island. Okay, now where would you guys like to head?
That same route that I was kind of pointing out.
I wasn't listening because I was thinking about that transpiring.
Yeah, we're following the
It looked
coast.
like this.
Okay. You guys head over here. Let's see. What are these? And then you want to head down through here.
Yeah, through that ring
Okay.
of stone.
Can we tell what the ring is? What does it look like?
Looks like a ring. As you approach, you can see it's a 10-foot tall wall of ice. It's been broken down in a few places, leaving gaps through which you can see what appears to be a huge garden of ice sculptures.
Ice sculptures, you say?
Mm-hmm.
Interesting.
Seems cool and also probably very cursed. You want to just skirt around it?
Yeah, how about we just keep our distance around this and keep making our way towards the center then?
Yep,
Look, we're so
let's go.
close, you guys.
Okay.
So Velen, you said we're looking for the necropolis, the Netherese necropolis?
Yeah, but we still have step 1 to go through, which is Kilgal.
True. If they're there.
Yes, I suppose. All right. I think around here it starts to incline. Let's see. Where's my notes? That one. This one. Trek. You notice. As you are starting to make your way up this incline, there's like a outcropping of ice that starts to move towards you. It's very small, but it's not. It's doesn't seem to be trying to hide at all. As it spreads small wings and starts to hover over towards your group.
I'm gonna immediately point that out to everyone.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, look,
Describe the thing again. What is it
it's
looking
flying ice.
Yeah, it looks
Fucking
like a
weird.
little outcropping of ice that has just spread wings, and you can see as it gets closer. You've seen them before. It's an ice method.
like? Oh god. Should
Shouldn't have
we avoid
spotted
it?
us.
Does he seem like he's minding his own business and we
It-
can just leave him alone?
It is definitely approaching you guys.
Uh-oh. Someone deal with it quickly.
I get out my bow and I knock an arrow and let it fly.
Okay. Yeah, roll attack.
Can I use my sharpshooter feat?
You can.
Does a 23 hit?
23 hits. Yes.
23 damage.
Oh,
That's a lot of damage.
I'm gonna shoot again if I can because I have two.
Yeah. Let me hang on. Nope. It explodes. It explodes into ice.
Oh. Okay, then I don't shoot my second arrow, I guess.
Yeah, 23 is more than its total health.
Nice.
Aha.
Nice
I'm
shot
sorry.
there.
Sorry. Ice.
Nice shot with that bow.
Thanks, baby.
Okay. Closer to the fortress then?
Mm-hmm.
I keep walking.
Hey guys.
try going south so we can sort of like
Oh. Yeah, what's your
circle around a little.
path here?
Are you saying
Hmm.
you want to go like into the entrance there?
Shift click.
Like just circle around a little so we can get an idea of what we're gonna be dealing with.
How about that?
Yeah.
Okay.
I can dig it. Let's go.
Works for me. Here, I'll grab our guy. How far do we get along this
Bow
path?
out
Yeah.
on me.
Okay. You're traveling along, uninterrupted as you make your way around here. You can see as you make it there. I don't know if I have a blurb for this part. Hang on. There is what appears to be a path of laid brick leading up to the fortress. I don't have a way to put part of it one place or another, so I'm just going to move the whole thing to the map layer. I can't select it. Oh, yes, I can. There we go. Layer, front, layer, map. Hopefully you can see that now.
Seems like we came
Yeah.
from the wrong side.
Oh, I see that little path.
Mm-hmm.
Wait, if there's a little path, that must mean that this path leads to the coast somewhere.
I should mention it is a huge path.
Like very
Oh,
wide.
Yes.
Maybe an
so
army
big enough
traveled
for
this way.
giants.
It
Or a giant,
definitely
yeah.
seems that way.
Right, this is a
Well,
giant area. Perfect.
do we want to go? I don't know if we want to go follow where those tracks end. Then maybe we just want to go into the fortress. Giants
I
sound
think.
pretty spooky.
Do you guys want to stealth in and take some peeks around the place?
Yes.
Yeah, we should definitely stealth.
I don't
I
know.
honestly, I think we are the 3 stealthiest members right now. So if we want to go in, I think this is our best group to do that.
Yeah, Velen should probably stay behind.
I was actually thinking about it. Yeah.
Yeah,
If
absolutely.
you all are ready to go into the fortress, yeah.
Yeah.
Sneaking, I definitely think this is a recon mission first.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm just.
What were you gonna say?
She will wave a hand, and a shimmering doorway appears. As she casts a spell, I see Victoria has just come online on Discord.
Aha.
But Velen has cast a spell you've seen before. What's it called? Magnificent Mansion.
Magnificent Mansion.
Yep. Yeah, I am. I'll address the 3 of you, I guess. The other 3 can learn of this later, but what awaits in there is a test for you. How about that? I still need to make sure you all are ready for the necropolis.
Is that what do we need to be ready for?
Huh?
What do we need to be ready for in the
Step 1.
necropolis?
Step 1 is kill God.
True.
Kill a god.
Okay.
And wait a second. So you're saying the endless winter, the thing that people have been killing each other over, is not your primary focus right now?
Correct.
Jesus fuck. We
I
are
have,
way over.
I have never cared about that.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm starting to not trust Velen right now.
But hey, if you guys go in there and come out alive, that would speak very well to your usefulness to me in the future. That's probably a bad way to say it.
That is a bad way to say it.
Yeah,
You know what?
I'm sorry.
No, you kind of do backhanded compliments all the time. It's fine.
If you
I
go
don't
make it
know.
through this, I will be sure you're ready for any tasks ahead. And if you're not, you won't be. So
How
if
about
you die in there, it's probably for the better.
you've
What?
seen what we can do already?
Hmm?
Why don't you just help us now? It seems like you're trying to set us up to fail.
No. It's important that I know how well you all can do together as a little team.
You've
or
seen
whatever.
us. You've seen us fight. Well, you saw him shoot that bow.
I did see that was very impressive how you
It
killed
took one
the
arrow.
tour guide to the island.
Wait,
That was
really?
not a
It was
tour
coming
guide.
over to help us.
Fuck. Really?
Yep.
Damn it. Why didn't you say anything?
I didn't see it.
I said, hey, look at that.
I was busy. She pulls out her book. It's
There was a tour guide?
I pull
it's not
everyone
important.
aside.
It's already done. It's in the past.
I killed a tour guide?
It's one of let me put it this way, you saved us a small amount of headaches.
I feel worse. First of all, hey V.
Yeah, hi Victoria.
Hello, I'm here now.
Victoria, you missed finding
person.
Nas.
What? Are you kidding? What?
The one thing you've been trying to do this whole
Are
time.
you
Yeah,
fucking kidding? Where was
he's
she?
dead.
Oh, she's. Oh, fuck. No, wait. No, what? Wait.
Like very much so.
Wait, what?
Quick recap, you found Nas's body just on one of the cliffs.
Okay, you guys didn't kill her. Okay.
No.
Okay.
She
Okay.
died of the cold. It seems that her ship
Fuck.
had wrecked on the ice shelves. She was the only one to make it to the shore and died. But she had the professor orb, and now you guys have her familiar. Also,
Oh, do we have her book?
her book. Was there a
Her
book?
spell book?
A book.
No, I don't
you
think
didn't
anyone
explain a
searched
book.
for a spell book.
We didn't, but also she's still haunting the body, so
Yeah.
if you can do something
Oh.
with that.
I'll see you guys grabbed her book.
Okay, awesome.
Oh, there's a spell book on the
Yeah,
corpse.
she has
Yeah.
a spell
I
book.
think you said.
Here,
Who?
take the spell book.
Yeah, whoever wants that, I guess.
Dibs.
Actually, can I have it? I want to learn
No.
some magic, and that seems cool.
Can you read?
What? Excuse me?
I don't know. This never has come up before.
I start shouting at you in Dwarvish.
Do you assume people can't read?
No, I'm just kidding. I don't actually
Yeah.
shout anything.
I mean, she has some like.
A lot of 10-towners can't read.
I can absolutely read.
What
dare you.
spell level can you cast?
Me?
Yeah.
I use Mage Hand and pick up the book and grab it from you.
Ooh, I
Gonna
want to
call that level
counterspell that
one.
kind of.
I grab the book very greedily.
So just to finish the recap, Velen's Bodak attacked Velen as she took back the Professor Orb from NASA's body, dropping Velen to 0 hit points.
What?
The Bodak then walked over Velen to try to get to Nas, I guess. It was kind of unclear. And then the party healed Velen. Velen took control of the Bodak back and told you that the spirit of Nas was still there and possessed her briefly. And then you all said, let's leave. And then you did. So there's a body with a ghost probably around it somewhere.
Could I have taken her? No, she doesn't have a portal ring. Never mind.
Correct.
Would she have had any other magic items on her that I could have taken?
If she
Or
did,
do I have to go back
Track
for
would
that
have
later?
them. I think all she had was
Okay.
the Professor Orb and the spellbook.
Okay.
Double checking because I want to be sure because I did forget about the spellbook. I don't believe so. Familiar. You guys have the White Arctic Weasel Zelenor with you.
It's on my shoulder.
Yeah.
Kind of sucks. That was my friend.
Sorry.
Oh, did you know Nas well, Silas?
Yeah, I mean, we were friends. I was technically supposed to be here to bring her home.
Ah.
Yeah. That's too bad, says Velen Harpel. Anyways, I was just telling your group. I was just telling your group how you'd have to face whatever's in Grimskull alone because I'm going to be out here. And this is a good test for all of you to make sure you can face whatever perils await you in Ethrin.
I don't know. I still don't see why we need to do that. I feel like Bowman here took a really good shot. Sounds pretty good to me. We look pretty strong.
Listen, I did apparently kill a tour guide.
You did a good job killing the tour guide.
I don't think that. Okay, can we just go, I guess, kill people who deserve it?
Let's sneak in.
Yeah,
I have this thing.
Stealthily.
And I pull out the great axe. Wait, I think I can hurt a lot of things with this.
I don't think you should use that.
It looks really nice, though. Seems very strong.
It did drive Kerrigan's mom insane.
Wow.
So yeah, I guess let's go and we were talking about Silas sneaking in and doing a recon mission. Is that something you'd be up for?
Yeah, of course. Yeah, I guess I'm just gonna put a pin on this like weird grief that I think I'm feeling, and just like come back to it later.
Yeah, we're in the. This is gonna sound really cold and callous, but as a soldier, I think I got to do this. We're in the wrong place for like the wrong spot for grief right now. I think we need to handle this when we get home, and then we can handle all the grief we can. But right now, we are. It is not safe to handle grief.
So, Velen, you're trying to put us in a trial before we go do another trial and fight a god? Seems like you're just trying to wear us down and betray us.
That could certainly be a way to look at it, but I am not here to betray you.
I point my finger subtly towards Silas and cast a message and say, I think Velen's trying to kill us all.
I, using my telepathic ability, just speak back into Kit Fisto's mind and say, no, we're chill.
And then I keep pointing and say, are you really, though? This seems like a real big setup. We're right next to Auril the Frost Maiden. And Velen is talking about wearing us out.
Yeah, actually, can I insight check Velen after hearing that? Like,
Yeah,
do I
make an
think she's
insight
about
check.
to betray us?
Oh,
20?
that's right.
Oh, it went 2 GM.
Yeah, I set everybody's thing to whisper to me for a reason that is over.
Derek just wants to see all of our rolls for himself.
No, I'll change it back. Sorry. I
It's
thought
Was a
I
20.
never whisper rolls. Here we go. Let's see. There is a certain coldness about her at the moment, but it does not seem like betrayal. This is someone who is watching you all about to embark on something that you have to do.
Jeff is
Gonna-
gonna lean. Jeff's gonna lean over to Track and be like, "Hey, Track, why is Kit keep pointing at Silas and both of them like are moving their lips like very, very slightly?
Oh, I don't need to move my lips.
Not
They're
saying anything.
telepathic.
No, I know they're just looking at each other very
Yeah,
like,
you guys have been staring at each other, and
and then
Kit is
and
just
then
pointing the whole time at Silas.
yeah. Hey, Track, do you know what that's about? Is that
I tried
like
to leave it in my hip.
that a love thing?
I think it's best not to question what Kit's doing because it's probably just something dumb.
You know what? Fair enough. Villain, you've
Yes,
had a hard day.
I have. I deserve.
You just got shit on pretty bad. I mean, I think we definitely have to take a pin in this whole grief thing, but like we got to recognize it. I touched Silas on the shoulder as and cut in front of
I
Kit.
look extremely uncomfortable at that.
No. Just it's a quick like tap. Just be like, we will get there. You have blessing of the trickster, so you're gonna have advantage on all stealths.
Cool. Just gonna say again, I did say I'm putting a pin in it. I I'm not like saying we have a funeral or anything. Like we're good to move on. It's called
Okay,
compartmentalize. God, I can't. I Victoria cannot pronounce that word for some reason.
Compartmentalization.
Compartmentalization.
Yeah, it's called that.
maybe I'm the
I'm
wax
very
holder.
good at it.
Big mood.
All right, let's go then.
Yeah, let's go. Let's stealth.
All right.
Sounds good.
We
Uh,
stealth in.
Everybody make
Stealth up
stealth
to the
checks
door.
for me.
Didn't Velen was trying to get us to go into their door, right?
Velen was gonna have the Magnificent Mansion there for later when you guys get back.
Oh, for afterwards. Okay.
Yeah, but she is not following your group into Grimskull Fortress.
Okay. I hang back and let them start moving first. And so it's just Velen and I at the end.
Good thing
Are
you have
we
advantage there.
Thanks for the advantage. It
Yeah,
means it's not a nat one.
Do we have blessing? Or I'm sorry. Do we have paths without a trace?
No, that's down. I'm gonna move you all to a new map. Hopefully this doesn't take too long to load. No. Can you see in this? Why is it just a black screen?
The map's on the bottom right.
Be like a blurry skull castle.
My shift click isn't working. I can't move everybody there. Oh,
I'm there. It's good.
Okay. I'm on the GM layer is why. There you go. That's where you all are.
Ooh, that looks cool.
Oh,
And a
cool.
spooky staircase.
I guess we climb.
Each of these steps leading up, I think is 4 feet tall. I'm looking at the right thing. Nick, you were hanging back?
Yeah, I'm just gonna be at the back of the group. Is Velen waiting?
Yeah, could I have
outside?
could I have Professor Scant back? Kit.
I still want to keep listening to him. Maybe he has some useful knowledge for me.
Right. Well, we'll need that for later, and I don't think you should bring it into that fortress.
Why
Is
don't
there
you guys?
something-
Why don't you guys ask what he wants?
Yeah, Professor, don't you want to stick with me and teach me some stuff?
I'd love to teach anybody anything.
I'd love to keep learning. I think the orb has spoken.
Make a persuasion check.
I will. Let's see here. 16.
Nice. I don't care anymore. And Velen turns back into her magnificent mansion and closes the door behind her.
Sounds good.
And then Nick, if you want to roll stealth as well. And Zach, you rolled initiative.
Oh, sorry. Let me fix
But you
that.
need stealth, you said?
Yeah.
Okay. Actually, wait, before Velen, is everyone still like watching? Is everyone around?
I don't think they would leave without you.
That's fair.
Yeah.
Okay.
Derek, it's the
Alright.
same number. Do you want me to re-roll? It's a 17.
Fine. I'll
Then we
take
wait
it.
here.
I mean, there's another roll, but
Let's see.
I kind of prefer you roll the right roll, but I mean, you're
Alright.
right. It is Dex.
Shooby doo wop.
Yeah. Do you just want to D20 it, Nick?
Yeah, I'll do that.
Hey, nice. Okay. Let's see. Grimskull. Oh, I have a blurb before you get up there.
Oh, I love blurbs.
Rising before you is a 600-foot tall mountain of glacial ice, its peak carved to resemble a gigantic skull wearing a crown. Weaving up the mountain's southern slope are enormous stairs hewn from the ice. These steps, which extend from the base of the mountain to the base of the fortress, were clearly made for giants. Yep.
Uh-oh.
Each step is 4 feet higher than the one below it.
Oh my god.
Staircase is
So,
difficult
how are we even
terrain for
climbing
creatures
this?
that aren't huge giants. I mean, you guys can still
Like,
climb up
jump.
them. They're not like these are not slippery ice. It's more like I don't know. It's just not
Yeah.
slippery.
It's just really tall. We'd have to, like, jump each time.
Yeah.
I say, man, I hope we don't find any giants in there. Do you guys have my back if we find a giant?
oh yeah, 100%.
Alright.
Was
But I think, yeah, I think we just gotta power through this dumbass stairway.
Okay.
Sounds good. I keep going.
Just keep
Yep.
climbing.
Every time Track climbs a stair, I'm gonna be like hand on bow, just to make sure like one of us is at least watching the sky.
Okay.
On the
just
side
wanna-
of these steps, Derek, is it just a drop?
Yes.
Okay. That's
Uh,
terrifying.
I think you can see a small number of trees on either side. Let me check that. Sure, again. Player handouts. Grimskull. This picture.
Oh, that's cool.
This one has trees, but the
Okay.
other one doesn't. But yeah, that's the So you guys are walking up now.
Sky.
Yeah.
Derek, I think those are ice spires, not trees.
Oh, that makes sense now. Okay. They look like all the trees that I've seen in all the other art.
They do look like trees with snow on them. But they are ice, it looks like.
Okay, yeah. Ice spires.
dog.
I hit the wrong. So one of the buttons on my mouse, I guess, is the back button. So give me a second to get back into Roll20.
No worries.
But yeah, you guys are approaching Grimskull. Velen and her Bodak have sequestered themselves off as you all ascend the stairs. How is now for a quick break?
Sounds good.
Good.
Works for me.
All right, meet back in 5 minutes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Lol.
All right, be right back. Yikes! Who's here?
I am.
I'm sitting in a room. Oh, you missed it, Victoria. My parents painted the room I'm sitting in right now. Yesterday to this morning, so it just smells like paint in here, and I can't have the window open because there's people lawn mowing outside.
So you're just like surrounded by paint fumes?
Yep. And then
That's not
earlier,
great.
my dad flipped the breaker to this room, so it just turned off my computer midstream.
Yeah, I saw that message about like, did we lose you, Derek? And I was like, oh no, what's going on?
Dang.
Oh, I see a bunch of messages from people. My
Back.
computer died, so I'm going to dip. Oh, and Michael's in Discord, but deafened?
Well, it's because he's got some work to do, so he's been in and out. Like when we first landed on the island, he had a comment.
I'm just looking back on the memes.
Yeah, make sure
All the
you
memes that Derek said.
make sure you see that first one.
That one was great.
Yep, that
Clears
was
th-
really good.
Clear his throat, no speaker. I do not have lustful thoughts about the Frost Maiden.
It's like, yeah, sure.
That's me.
That's all of us. Let's be real.
Definitely not Jeff.
Shout out to when I thought she looked like I like the whole time was picturing Demeter from Hades. And then you were
Ooh.
like, no, it's an owl. And I was
Yeah,
like,
I mean,
oh,
you guys have seen
okay.
the cover.
True.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And we've probably heard what, like, rumors of what the.
Like
Oh,
this.
we definitely heard that, but like did not internalize it. For
Some
me,
people
at
have
least.
even seen the owl.
Yeah, I think Jeff has seen her in a vision.
Yeah. Fuck her.
And
She sucks.
has anyone else actually seen her? I don't know.
And my friends brought up a lot of beer from Cincinnati, and I'm very excited to try it.
Ooh, that sounds
Cool.
good.
Nice.
I love me some regional piss.
Are we all back together now?
You just
Sounds
asking if
like it.
everyone's here?
Yep.
Yeah, I think everyone's here. Mel, are you here?
Maybe not.
I'm here.
Okay.
Can you hear me?
Oh,
Yeah.
yes.
Okay.
Okay. I just wanted to do that. My thoughts are all scattered. I'm ready to DM.
Let's go, baby.
Woot.
You all ascend the staircase to Grim Skull Fortress. It's past 11 a.m. now, I guess, roughly.
It's very cold. I
Yeah,
say as
it's
we climb these steps.
it's very cold. Who does not have cold resistance?
I have a potion that I
Well,
don't think I've drank yet.
yeah,
Or did we drink it at the end of last session?
I don't think you did.
Okay,
I would
then
I would hope not.
I did not drink it.
It's just even colder here than it is in Icewind Dale.
Cool.
Yeah.
You're on a glacier in the middle of the sea of moving ice. It's cold.
Just a little bit.
I gotta move my sticky note that says here. Tells me what page this from to. Oh, did you see the picture of Nas, Victoria?
It should have popped up.
No?
There it is.
Oh, no.
Yep.
Or what's left.
Can't wait to tell Zelenor that I failed.
There you go.
No, wait, Zelenor's the familiar. Can't wait
Zelenor's
to tell.
the weasel. Everything is
You just talked to with the weasel. I failed you.
wait, is their name just Zelen?
Yeah, I think Zelen's
What
correct.
the heck?
Yeah.
Did
Did she
Zelen
name a
Nas
weasel
name
for her
her?
mentor? I was like,
The Arctic Weasel is Zelenor.
yeah.
No way.
Yeah,
Hang
it's
on.
Zelen the White.
Oh my god, she did.
Oh
I
my
closed roll
God.
20.
It's adorable.
Oh, jeez.
Derek, no.
That's very funny.
It keeps happening.
This is the second time today that you've done that.
I'm
It gets funnier every time.
yeah, I'm doing things.
Yeah,
You do have a
that's
lot
funny.
to keep track of.
Haha, track. Get it?
Yep. While we're climbing the steps, I'll just, as you're opening stuff up, I'll just like point at Jeff and also send a message to Jeff. I'll be like, haven't you noticed recently that Velen's really been trying to wear us out before we encounter the Frost Maiden?
I think. Well, she said she was testing us.
Indeed.
I don't speak in my mind though. I do speak out loud.
Oh, okay.
I think you can reply to messages.
Jeff wouldn't know.
Okay.
Shout it out.
Sure. All right. We're on a black page. I'm not the DM on that window. Okay. I gotta zoom in on that window. Sorry, everybody. I've lost
No.
the capacity for coherent thought.
Woo!
Same.
Let's go.
All right. Moving you all from there to here. Does that work? Hey.
Ooh, very nice.
You guys make it up the stairs. There is possibly a blurb here. Let me check. The steps end in front of a double door made from slabs of ice with dragon skulls and bones embedded in them. Carved into the lintel is a single word in the Dwarvish script. That I know some of you speak Dwarvish. Actually, I don't. Who speaks Dwarvish?
I think Kit does.
Didn't Kit just yell at me in Dwarvish?
Oh, hang on. Nick's messaging me something. I don't know. Okay. Check your character sheet.
I do have it on there, but
I think it says languages.
yep. Okay, we're good. I still have Dwarvish.
Oh, hang on. Now I'm lost. I'm staring at it. Why is my brain?
Brains turned to jelly.
Oh God, my earbuds. Okay, someone say something. No one's saying anything.
Yep.
Yeah, we.
I have
thought you
Dwarvish on
were-
my character sheet.
Oh, no is the answer, Nick.
Okay. Kid doesn't say
I.
anything.
By the way, I can't see. Is there any way I can cast light on my rapier?
It should still be daylight. But that would only help you right here. So here's what I'll do. I'll put a light source here. How's that? Does that help?
No, I see. There it is. There it is.
No, I see. Oh, that little torch down there.
So did we determine nobody speaks Dwarvish?
I
I
speak
thought,
Dwarvish.
yeah, I thought Silas did.
Well, there you go.
Hey Silas, it looks like there's some sort of script on it, like Draconic or Undercommon or
I think you would
I don't know.
recognize, like, you may not be able to read it, but I think the average person would be able to recognize this Dwarvish script. That's why it
Yeah.
was in the.
I mean, I can
blurb.
also read any language. I have the spell for that.
Oh, yeah.
Hey, what does
Yeah.
it say?
What does it say, Derek?
It says Grim Skull.
It says Grimskull.
Whoa.
Yep.
That sounds cool.
That's like putting a label over your front door of your house that just says house. Do you guys just
Some
want to
people
push
name their houses.
No,
Well, is
yeah,
your
it's-
house named?
That would be like if we got a Dragon's Den sign for Dragon's Den House, which would be really cool, I think.
Yeah.
All right. Anyway, you guys ready to go inside?
Yes.
I will
Just like
die
say
on this
immediately.
hill.
Can we push the door open?
I run up and try and open the door.
You can
should do it cautiously.
certainly try. So the door to this in front of you is 25 feet tall,
Oh my god.
25 foot high, 8 foot wide. It is chiseled ice with crude handles.
I try futility to push the door open.
Yeah, make a strength check.
Okay.
You as well, Jeff.
Two.
Yeah, you. Wait, was this? It's an athletics check. If you are they of you proficient in athletics? Kitch,
Yes.
I don't think you
No.
are.
I'm
I
not.
would have gotten
Okay.
a 23.
Jeff properly places his weight and slowly moves one of the doors.
Whoa.
I think you push it. Let me open
First
this
with
up.
the bow and now with the opening the door. Impressive.
I'm
I know
gonna
how to open doors.
move one of them like that. Unlike where you are right now, Jeff, it's completely dark inside.
Hey guys, it's really dark in there, and I can't see in there very well. So, like with one hand on the door, and I'm just gonna pull out my sword and like cast light real quick.
Maybe
Alright.
we should wait to cast light if we're trying to be stealthy.
Oh, that's a good point. Okay, I put my sword away.
I want to come and peek in the door.
Yeah, I look
Alright.
inside. I pull my goggles down and I walk inside actually. Excitedly.
That works. Where are you, Kit? There. I have a ton of GM info blocking my sight of you guys. You see it turns to the left immediately, and then there's a longer hallway heading further in. Kit stepping inside. There's no like guard standing here or anything. You don't hear anything. Set of double doors across from you, and then what seems to be a main hallway.
Gotcha.
If you want to make a perception check for me.
Sure thing. Shoop-a-doop-boop-boo.
Playing it properly, because it's completely dark in there, you have goggles of night. So technically this is lightly obscured.
So roll twice.
Yeah, disadvantage.
17.
17. Yeah. I don't know, and now that I think about that, everything I told you before that would have been what you got from a 17. This doesn't seem like it'd be hard to tell because the floor is ice anyways, but it doesn't seem like there's a lot of traffic in and out of here. Would you even know what a Frost Maiden's footprints look like? I mean, you don't see
No.
anything that would indicate someone has been through here recently.
I'm looking for giant footsteps. That's all.
Nothing.
Okay. I whisper out to the rest of the group. It looks like we're good. And I keep moving in
Cool.
towards these doors.
I'll
All right.
grab Jeff's arm and help lead him in.
Perfect. Thank you.
Okay. I'll just move you up there. Move you up with track there.
Thank you.
I'm going to delete Astrid and Kerrigan and Bozu. Just
Oh
for
my
my
god,
own
they
ease.
died.
Silas, I'm moving you in there with them.
Thank you.
The cold got them. It's a terrible fate.
Long hallway to the north, double doors to the east, west, just as large as the front door.
Huh.
Both closed.
Can I try and peek up the hallway with my goggles? Like peer
Yeah.
around the corner?
I mean, you should be able to see how far you can see on here.
I can see up to like there.
Yeah. Is that 60 feet?
Yep. So I can't
Yeah,
see
each-
the end of the hallway.
Yeah. Each of these larger squares is 10 feet, so everything's giant size.
Gotcha. I say, hey, there's another door over here that needs opening.
Let's try listening at the door.
Sure.
Which one?
The left one here.
Oh, I'll mention, since you guys did make it into this one, the slabs of ice that make up the door are 2.5 feet thick. These are wide.
wow.
These are huge slabs of ice.
Like gigantic.
Yeah.
Like absolutely gigantic.
Wild.
Yeah, if you want to make a perception check to listen at the door.
Sure.
Track, I think
12.
you were saying that.
Well,
Hey! You can tell there's nothing moving behind this door.
push it.
Make an athletics check.
Can I help?
Yeah. I'd say just roll as well.
Oh yeah,
Goofy.
natural athlete.
19.
Yeah, the two of you are working at it. Doors don't budge.
Can I join
I
in?
can make one of you stronger.
I can join in and help try and push. I have
I don't want to take steroids.
I have my tuned gauntlets of ogre power.
All right, let's try it one more time.
I am gonna make track heavier to give advantage on strength checks and strength saving throws.
Oh, okay.
I'll
Okay.
help push too.
Track, you just barely start to sink into the ground like a centimeter.
So roll one more time.
Yeah. Let's just have Track roll with advantage. Track. Oh.
Sorry.
I mean, Track, you try and open the door with your new enhanced strength. Still doesn't budge. Jeff, you properly lever yourself against the ground and push the door open.
My senses are all heightened since I can't see. Just like my sense of strength.
That's right.
Yeah, I'll just open one of those. Ahead of you, this long rectangular room is strewn with pieces of rotting wood and rusted metal, the remnants of giant weapons and weapons rack. A rusted out helmet sized for a giant lies near the back wall.
I just ask, what do you see?
Let me turn on Explorer mode, just to make this easier.
Does that leave everything grayed out once we've seen it?
Yeah.
Oh, thank God.
So you're not just constantly sitting in darkness.
Yeah.
I stopped making track twice as heavy.
Wait, did I turn on
I guess-
Explorer mode or Daylight mode?
It looks like explorer mode.
I can't
I'll
see.
go inside with. I'll follow right behind track, basically.
Okay. Yeah, a bunch of giant things in here. Crafted
Anyone else
weapons.
getting the eerie impression that no one's been here in a while?
Yeah.
Yeah.
This seems abandoned to me.
Or people are here. They're just dead.
What did Velen want us to do here?
Kill a god.
So Velen said that the Frost Maiden was here right now, and Velen sent us, not herself, also coming along to kill
I
O'Real
don't
the
think-
Frost Maiden.
I don't think she specifically said that, but she did say that we have to kill a god to start this. It was step number 1, and I think this is the place for step number 1. So I think you're right in your assumption, but wrong at what she said. And I don't think we should be fixated on verbatim what she said because I can't remember it.
Fair.
But
I
yeah,
just
I'm
this is really
pretty-
making me not like Velen.
pretty sure a goddess is here. We have to kill or at least stop her, and then go on our merry way.
Track. Make a history check. Never mind.
Oh no.
My head is empty and I know nothing.
Head
Aspirations.
empty. Only stonks.
Can I investigate the room to see if there's anything of note in here?
Yeah. I'd say just make a perception check. Disadvantage. Because of the dim light.
Oh god.
That one.
Nothing of note in here.
There's
I
nothing
start-
in this room.
I say, how about the next one? And I point at the door up the hall a little bit.
Jeff, I'm gonna move
Let's
you
go.
up the door.
I just keep moving up.
Sure.
All right. Another set of double doors to your right. Hallway continues further down. Same thing, huge double doors. If you want to try and open it, you can make an athletics check.
And I can
Open it.
keep making one of you heavier to make you stronger.
Could you make me heavier and I'll just push things?
Sure.
All right, so advantage, right?
Yep.
Trek tries and fails to open the door. Jeff blindly finds the door with his hands and pushes it open.
Damn. Nice work.
It's a joint effort.
It
A withered old
is a
frost
joint
giant,
effort.
leaning heavily on a great axe, sits in front of a tall door on the far wall. The giant wooden stool. Okay. The giant wooden stool upon which he sits creaks under his weight as he stares at you with cloudy eyes.
He may be blind.
Hey.
I whispered.
Guys, what's happening?
There's an old giant.
Does
Stop.
someone want to talk to him?
I speak giant.
Jeff,
Does it look like
you
he
shout
noticed
sup?
us?
Yep.
No response.
All right, I don't think he speaks common.
I'm
Try
gonna call
saying-
out in giant. Hello?
No response.
He's looking right at us.
Staring directly at you with
Okay.
his
Is there anything else?
cloudy
Sure,
eyes
he's alive.
with no
Oh, he's
pupils.
dead.
Yeah, does he seem to be breathing? Like, is his chest moving?
Make a perception check with disadvantage.
Believe in you, Mel.
Oh, 15.
You can see slow, steady breath and like a cloud of fog in front of his face, indicating
How about we
yes,
see it?
alive and breathing.
Maybe he's asleep.
Let's
Maybe
Sounds
it's some
like
kind
we
of
come back.
magic?
Yeah, maybe someone cast a spell on him and made him magically not be very caring. I don't know, very apathetic.
Can I cast Detect Magic, Derek?
Mm-hmm. Checking. I don't think you detect any magic within 30 feet of you, or 60 feet. What is it?
30 feet.
No magic within 30 feet of you.
Hmm. It's not magical.
Aside from like
whatever
your
it
party.
is.
Can you make a perception check for me real fast, Silas, with disadvantage?
Sure. That hurts.
What is it? I'm on a different page.
It's a 10.
Okay.
If it had been normal, it would have been a 24.
Yeah,
Ooh.
nothing to specify.
Gotcha. Okay. Whatever it is, it's not magical. So we could just close the door and come back.
Let's leave the door open and then just keep exploring. Because then
Is-
these doors
is
were hard
there-
to open.
Is there another door past this door?
It looks like we can see the door behind him a little bit.
Yeah, can we see a door behind him?
Those of you with dark vision can see he is sitting in front of a door.
Yeah, he's,
Yeah.
he's
Okay.
just guarding
That was part of
door.
the description.
Yeah. How about we?
Yeah, maybe he won't attack unless we approach.
I think that's probably right.
We
Why
could
don't we just
go
talk to him?
explore the rest of the area.
He won't.
Oh,
he
he
won't
didn't
talk back?
respond to me talking in giant.
Right. Why don't we just wake him up?
I cast a message and I try and speak in common in his head. I point at him and I whisper, "Are you awake?"
In common?
In common, yeah.
Okay, I have to look things up. I don't think they respond.
Okay.
There's no indication that they have received your message.
Okay. No worries.
Can I see Hit Fisto casting message?
Yeah, I'm like literally raising my whole arm and
Okay.
pointing at him.
Do you want me to try to speak in his head with giant?
Sure. Yeah. That sounds like a great idea, Silas.
Okay. So I'm gonna say inside his head, in giant. Hey, what are you guarding?
He abruptly stands and picks up his axe.
Well, we made him angry. I
Guys,
start
what's
stepping
happening?
away.
He's standing up.
He's got an axe.
Yeah.
Sight?
You see him breathing heavily, and he says lowly in giant. Who speaks giant, Silas?
Yep.
I think just Silas.
You hear him say, "Death, we meet at last." and he's ready for a battle.
Should I
What did he say?
put up light?
He said, "Death, we meet at last."
He thinks you're here to kill him. Explain who we are.
Maybe we should just close the door and leave.
Wait, should I cast light? I'm so confused. What's happening?
Tell him that we're not death. We're here looking for a real or something.
Okay,
Tell
I'm
him
gonna
we're
speak
not...
inside. I'm gonna speak inside his head again. Not death. Not here to fight. What are you guarding?
He announces again in giant, "Show yourself."
We're right in front of you.
He's gonna respond
sorry,
in his
I don't know.
head. No, I'm your conscious. We need to have a talk.
Make a deception check.
That's fair.
I'm gonna say with disadvantage because you're trying to convince someone you're their mind speaking to them.
Oh, that was almost so perfect.
12.
He seems to calm a bit,
Oh.
Oh my god, okay.
and he'll say out loud in giant again, "We both know there is only one thing left, and that's to die honorably, guarding this treasure."
I was gonna say again, it's gonna say in giant, why don't we remind ourselves what the treasure is? Out loud.
Wait, you... Oh, okay, I see.
Yeah. No, I'm telling him to say it out loud. I'm not saying it out loud.
I say, are you calming him down?
Shoot a thumbs up at Kit Fisto.
Lit.
I'm gonna have you make another deception check here.
That's fair. Advantage or disadvantage or normal?
So just call it a straight roll.
Ooh.
My
22.
God. He seems to think. He assumes a thoughtful pose as he places his hand to his chin. By last count, 1,300 gold, 4,000
fuck.
silver, 8,000 copper, some gold rings, size. I don't think he would say size for giants. 4 of our finest gold rings, white dragon scale shield,
Holy shit.
What the fuck?
that statuette to Thrym, and the alchemy jug. Are you satisfied, Conscience?
I detect
Norm-
sense.
normally, I don't think like this. Perhaps this is what the elders experience.
I have a really bad idea, but I don't think that I should do it. Okay. It's gonna gather everyone very quietly and say, guys, there's so much money behind him. There's so much money.
Oh.
And a shield, like a white dragon scale shield,
Oh.
Oh,
and
that sounds
rings,
awesome.
and an alchemy jug.
Hey, real
There's
quick.
so much shit behind
He
him.
announces in giant again, "It makes sense that you're the one I would hear. I haven't heard anyone in a very long time."
What did he just say?
I convinced him that I'm his conscience. And I've just been telling him to say the things that he's thinking out loud. And he said he hasn't heard anyone in a while. I think he might be deaf and blind.
Maybe. Seems old.
Seeing as he only responded inside of his head. I have an idea, but I don't think it's ethical.
What's that?
What is it?
He's very old, okay? What if we convinced him to like walk away from all of this?
I don't know if
Perhaps
he would do that.
permanently.
That doesn't seem unethical.
Yeah. I walked it back a little bit. What if we can I try to convince him to leave, do we think?
Did he say anything like he's guarding another sort of treasure besides all that?
No, that's all he listed.
Then
I can
I say
ask him
we
where
move
Aureel
on.
is and see if he knows.
Yeah, do that.
I'm gonna speak inside his head again. It's like, hey, do you remember where Aureel is? Say it out loud again. It's your conscience.
Make another deception check.
Yeah, that's fair. 13.
He thinks for a second. Depending on the time of day, she's either on her rock, flying over the dale, or is at the top of the fortress.
Okay. Gonna whisper all of that to everyone.
I point at Silas and cast message, and I say, can you try and ask the giant if he knows where the codicil of white is? I just had this
Okay.
come to me in a vision last night. I think we need it to stop the winter.
Yeah. Speaking his head. Let's remind ourselves if we know what the what's it called again? Sorry.
The codicil of white.
Let's remind ourselves if we know what the codicil of white is out loud.
Testing me in my old age mind? Well,
Yes.
I know for sure it's in a vault downstairs. And only one who passes Oriel's 4 tests, the tests of cruelty, endurance, isolation, and preservation, can open the vault.
Why don't we remind ourselves what the solutions to those tests are out loud?
A strange question, mind.
Oh god.
It's to be
Humor yourself.
it's to be cruel and endure and survive isolation and to persevere.
This is either the most wise
So-
giant or the least wise giant I've ever seen.
Something for her druids to attempt, not something for me.
Okay, gonna tell everyone, hey, there are like 4 tests that we have to do apparently, and I asked him to give us the solutions, and he just kind of said oh, it's obvious, you have to be cruel and survive isolation and all that.
Is that where he said it was?
Yeah, behind those 4 tests, downstairs, right, Derek?
Yeah, he said sealed in a vault downstairs.
Yeah.
That can only be opened
See, in
by
the vault
passing those 4
downstairs,
tests.
we have to pass 4 tests. Yeah.
And that the door behind him isn't the staircase?
I think you
I
can
was gonna say,
surmise.
why don't we remind ourselves how we get to the tests?
I make a deception check. Disadvantage this time.
That's fair.
Oh,
that one.
It had to happen.
Oh, it had to happen at some point.
Remind me, conscience. What's my name?
I'm gonna read his mind.
Oh no.
His mind is blank right now.
Oh my god.
Fuck. Say, why don't we think really hard about it?
He assumes a battle stance once more.
Cool.
Uh,
And he says,
Just gonna say, hey guys, might have fucked up.
"Hey, is his name on the roll 20?"
yes,
That's so funny.
it is, but we're not gonna take that.
Yeah, thanks everybody. He will shout
Let's
out,
leave.
"Trickster!"
I say we leave, and I start skedaddling up the hall.
Yeah, I'm gonna close
Show
the door.
yourself.
Let's go.
Engage
I
me
wanna
in
close the door.
honorable combat, so that I may die.
He wants us to kill him, guys.
I don't know about that. He wants to kill us, and he's a giant.
No, he said fight me so that I may die.
I'll fight him.
He wants to fight us. He wants to hurt us.
I
I want to close the door.
Oh,
Make
We
an
can come back
athletics
and fight
check.
him.
Track.
Athletics?
Yep.
I say let's go find the codicil first, and then we can kill this poor giant.
they might have stuff in the vault we could use.
Oh,
Mel
Let's
closes.
go.
Mel pulls the door shut.
No,
We'll come back. It's fine.
I really
I want that treasure.
We
want
gotta
to kill him.
focus.
Yeah.
Yeah, Ariel could just be up on the top of this fortress. I keep moving down the hall as I say that out loud.
Okay.
Do my eyes deceive me, or are those the stairs down?
You do see there's a staircase ahead leading down.
What's this over to the left here?
There is a set of double doors to your right. To your left, there is a. Do I have a? There's chunks of ice shattered across the floor, are what remain of this door.
On the right here?
Oh,
Or on
sorry,
the left?
Since you're standing there, I'll read the blurb. In the middle of this immense hall stands a 30-foot long, 10-foot wide, 10-foot high dining table carved from ice and surrounded by a dozen blocks of ice that once served as chairs. Wooden braces against the west wall hold a pair of 14-foot long bugles made from hollowed-out mammoth tusks. An ascending staircase of ice in the southwest corner has mist rolling down it. And that's there.
Well, that seems ominous.
Jeff, I'm gonna move you up to track. You're still blind.
That's a good sign. Am I?
But yeah, double doors. What looks like a feast hall, as well as stairs, and then ahead of you directly, there's a staircase leading down in a semicircle of a room, all the way to the north.
I point to the stairs. Let's go there. Let's go do those tests.
Yeah, we should just head down.
All right.
Okay.
Sounds good.
You all
I just
approach
keep
the
moving.
staircase. I'm just gonna move everybody up here. In this room, wait, there's some more shattered chunks of ice from that door. 6 slender gargoyle-like creatures made of ice squat on the ledges 20 feet above the ground that protrude from the wall in this semicircular chamber. Near the back wall, the mist that blankets the floor flows down a staircase made of polished ice. Also, I guess there's mist on the ground that I forgot to mention.
That's cool. Just like everywhere.
There's a 2-foot deep blanket of ice on the floor everywhere.
Oh, wait, 2 foot of mist or of ice?
Wait, why did I say ice?
I don't know.
2-foot deep blanket of cold mist creeps across the floors, which aren't slippery.
Huh. So half of our body is just obscured.
Yeah.
That's pretty cool, actually.
I think there's
Okay.
definitely a trap in here that triggers those gargoyles coming to life.
But yeah,
Perhaps.
as you enter this room, I mean, they're all quietly observing you. Their heads turn as you move through the room, but they're not doing anything.
Interesting. Hey, Silas, are those magical?
Can I cast Detect Magic?
I'll say you still have it up. It hasn't been 10 minutes.
Oh, yeah.
I don't think they would appear on Detect Magic, but you would.
Wait, let me check something. Let me just check that I haven't cast another concentration spell since then
Oh,
because
detect thoughts and such.
yeah, I cast Detect Thought, so I have to cast it again.
Okay, your mic is blowing out. Hard.
Oh, so sorry. Is that better?
Yeah.
Yes.
I accidentally got really close to it again.
You just got excited. Detect magic? Yes.
You would
Yeah.
recognize these are ice mephits sitting on the, basically acting as tiny gargoyles in this room.
Wait.
Did I wait? So did I cast Detect Magic again, or am I just recognizing that?
You would detect magic wouldn't give you anything from that. I don't think it
Okay,
detects
so
magic
I
creatures.
just recognize them
or
then.
they're just creatures.
Those are ice methods.
Yeah, this is what Jeff shot with an arrow earlier.
Oh, I can do this again.
Well, they haven't hurt us yet. How about we walk and see if they try and stop us?
It's a method.
What's that?
The methods are the things we saw at the. This is like out of character. We saw the methods at the Black Cabin with that one weird zombie. They had like the area of effects that made it hard to see, I think.
Was
they
your
blinded.
question
No,
what
it
are
explodes
methods?
and hurts us.
Yeah.
Okay, you were cutting out. They're little imp-like things made of elements, so these would definitely be elementals. Typically, I think they're a combination of 2 elements. Like these are ice. There's also like magma, dust, probably a 4th one that I can't think of. Steam methods,
Smoke.
smoke
Really a
methods.
fart.
Can I'm gonna ask everyone. Can I cast light now, guys?
Yeah, I don't see why not.
Yeah.
All right. I'm
Okay.
gonna cast light on my shield, on the front face of my shield.
Is that 20 and 20?
I think so. Let me
There you go.
pull it up real quick.
Jeff can see now. Hooray!
Woohoo!
Yeah, 20 and 20.
Okay.
Guys, I could kill these things real quick.
I don't know. They're not hurting us yet.
It's not attack until they attack us.
All right.
Yeah, I agree. How about you be ready for it, and we'll start heading down the staircase, and I start moving towards what I think
Sure.
is the beginning.
Okay. Yes, definitely stairs
Let's
that go
do it.
down. Who's heading down?
Me.
Me.
Same.
Nice.
Me.
Hi, Bozu.
I'm on a break.
Bozu.
Let's see. Who's going down the stairs first? What's the marching order?
I'll go down with track.
Kit, Trek, Jeff.
Then me.
No,
How's he bringing up the rear? Or Jeff can.
Okay.
Oh yeah, Jeff doesn't have to be with me anymore.
Yep.
But I should be with Jeff because I am blind.
Yep.
Who's going first?
Track and I. I guess I can lead.
Well,
if
yeah,
it
that's
makes a
one
difference.
person.
I'll lead.
Roll a d20.
Okay.
What is this? Acrobatics check.
3 plus acrobatics. Plus 5, 8. Actually, it'd be plus 5.
You slip on the first stair and fall down to the next stair.
Oh fuck.
You take 5. Wow. You take 5 points of
Ouch.
bludgeoning. These are, again, giant size stairs. Unlike
Ouch.
everywhere else, this is a little slippery.
That kind of hurt. Be careful.
I go. When as I'm following, I go super slow and carefully.
Yeah, whoever's next, go ahead and roll a d20.
The D20.
Acrobatics check. DC's 10.
Yeah,
Damn,
Nice.
Mel.
Yeah. Cat like grace.
I think Silas.
Yeah, you can say something, Nick.
I say, hey guys, did you see that thing peer around the corner? And I point at the corner of the door that was broken.
No.
Something peered around the corner and then disappeared. Was I able to make out what it was?
If you saw it, you can say something.
Well, I mean, what it was specifically. I saw something, but I didn't catch what it was.
I'd say no then.
Okay. I'd just say like I
No, that's-
absolutely saw something.
There's not going to be a rule there. That's if you saw it, you saw it. Otherwise,
Silas,
enjoy the
quick,
VOD.
Yeah.
Can I take
Silas,
some
quick, look
steps
at that thing.
forward? Do I see anything?
Nope. I mean,
Okay.
Something
can
was-
you see anything, Silas?
No, but
I
I was
know.
like, you're hiding something. Okay. I didn't see anything. I think that you are maybe seeing things.
I
Really
absolutely saw
spooky in
something.
here.
Something
Well-
is spying on us. I think Aurelia knows we're here.
Good.
Oh, we've been pretty sneaky.
If you say
Who's next
so.
down the stairs?
That was Jeff.
Oh, I thought Silas was third.
Both of you roll a
No,
d20.
I'm last.
Let's get
Okay.
this over with.
Oh, sorry. It should just be a 20.
Yeah, you
real
don't
final
have to
boss.
specify. 20 succeeds.
7.
Enjoy your damage.
Woo!
Good old slippery steps.
96. Thank you, Bozu. 5 points of damage to Silas as you fall face first onto the next stairs 4 feet below.
We don't have any temp HP right now, right?
I don't think so.
Okay.
Yeah, remember you got punched by the horizons?
Right.
Good times. All right, you all make your way down. I'm just going to group you up so that I can move you easier. Where does this go?
Would I maybe be able to see because Jeff has cast light?
Yeah. Michael, are you in?
Yeah, I'm here. I'm on a break, so I'm just like chilling with you guys.
Oh, okay.
Probably till the end of the session.
Oh, okay. Yeah, let me add you to this thing then. Where's Bozu? Bozu.
Right there.
Bozu.
I think about that all the time.
Okay. Yeah. Can you see that there, Bozu?
Not yet.
Are you on roll 20?
I am. Everything's black.
I don't see you on roll 20.
I did before, and now he disappeared.
It says Pozu. Do I need to refresh?
Yeah, I
Try
think
to
you need to refresh. You're not on the player list.
He was.
Okay,
That was the weird thing. This is giving me deja vu when I saw that thing. As we're climbing down the stairs,
Oh,
I just
God.
keep saying, guys, I saw something.
And the wrong thing selected. Let me just throw Bozu in here. Everyone's nice and cozy together. Bozu gets to be a little bigger. There we go.
When
Everyone's-
my screen finally loads, this will be great.
Everyone's touching shoulders. I'm gonna move you all. Maybe I should do that. Let's see. Bozu. Jeff. Silas. Track. Kit. And Jeff is somewhere in here. I need to make him glow. There you are.
I can see. I
Can fight.
I'm gonna move you all there.
Oh
There
god.
we go. Whoa.
The staircase descends into a vaulted chamber. A 9-foot-high railing of sculpted ice hugs the staircase as it descends to the chamber floor, which, like the stairs, is smooth and gleaming. A walrus as big as an elephant is having a grand old time, rolling and sliding on the ice, paying you little heed.
Aw.
That's adorable.
What
Mhm.
were those challenges again, Silas?
There's the isolation one. There's the cruelty one. Or the other two, Derek? Do I remember? Silas would remember. I'm
I
dumb.
think this is cruelty. I think we need to kill it.
Cruelty,
We can-
endurance, isolation, preservation.
I'm
Yeah,
sure we can
cruelty,
cheat.
endurance, isolation, and preservation.
How about
We could just kill the thing.
Yeah. How about we do the longbow shooty shoot again? Try and get its
Well,
attention.
Is this walrus teleporting?
No,
No, it's sliding.
It's skating around on the
Oh.
ice.
Also, are we sure this is even just a challenge, or is this just like a random thing?
And are we sure death would really be that cruel?
Didn't this giant tell you that downstairs was where all the trials were?
That's true.
This
I
seems
was
like
told
the first
that.
challenge. And I'll cast Ray of Frost at the walrus.
All right.
Once it gets within 10 feet of
Let me get the
Walrus.
initiative tracker out.
I think we should explore more.
Kit does not listen to you and cast Ray of Frost.
All right, everybody roll initiative. Kit, I'm gonna let you go first though.
Okay.
Bozu got a 17. Okay. How did you do that without putting it in the initiative order?
I don't know. I clicked and I clicked roll initiative for
Yeah,
this token.
you have
I'm
to
there.
be selected on the token to do that. Oh, I got the same thing. Perfect. Wow. Kit Fisto cast Ray of Frost.
Yeah, hold on. I need to make a ranged spell attack.
Yeah, go for it.
Yep. Here we go. 23 to hit.
Mm-hmm.
And then it's 1d8, I think, of cold.
Correct.
1. 1 damage.
Okay.
And speed is reduced by 10 feet until the start of my next turn.
It slows on the rink.
Does it pay any mind?
It's turned to you. You have its attention
Okie doke.
as you zap it with the least amount of cold.
Just
Jeff,
a little
you're
bit
up.
of cold. I stand behind Silas.
An opportunity to be cruel is presented to
I'm
you.
gonna hold my turn.
Okay.
Can I do some sort of check to like understand, is this one of the tests, or is this just something we are misunderstanding? That's what I want to try and figure out, but I'm dumb.
That's not something you can roll for. Unless you have something more specific that would help you determine that.
Can I do a perception check around the room to see if there's anything else besides this thing?
Yeah, within 40 feet of you.
I'm gonna slide out to the middle of it a bit.
Okay. Make a acrobatics check.
All right.
Slippery ice.
11.
Yeah, you're having a bit of trouble, but you start walking out there.
Okay, and then I'm just gonna perception check real quick.
Sure.
Is there anything else, or does it look like is there anything else in the room that might look like another test?
Within 40 feet of you. Let's see. It's here. I mean, you can see there's a hallway to the north. It looks like there's some other things on the wall, but you can't exactly tell what they are from where you are.
Okay. I'm gonna be like, hey guys, before we kill this thing, let's make sure this is the test. It's just a baby.
It's
Trek.
huge.
I'm gonna ready my action.
Oh,
If it
okay.
attacks me, I will fight it back.
Trek, it's your turn.
I want to cast Speak with Animals
Okay. You do that.
and say I want to speak to the. Can I speak to the walrus?
Yeah, you can shout whatever.
I'm gonna shout, "Hey, you! What's going on down here?"
Yeah, everyone hears it shout back in common. I'm just having fun. What the heck?
Aw. He was just sliding.
Anything else you want to do, Trek?
Talk more, or is that it?
I'd say that's it.
Okay, I'll move a little closer too.
Make an acrobatics check. Actually, you know what? I think those of you who have the boots of the Winterland don't have to roll this, or you have advantage or something.
Oh, dope.
The
I think.
I
And
have
I don't.
those.
what do those
Yeah.
boots do?
Let me check.
Boots of the Winterland.
I think they negate the difficult
You
terrain.
you ignore difficult terrain, or you ignore difficult terrain created
Oh.
by ice.
Never mind. You still have to roll.
Okay, so there still is.
This
roll.
is slippery ice, which is a different terrain feature.
Slippery ice is not ice. Okay.
Well, I mean, it's not difficult. It's not. You're not
It's like
slowed by this.
Yeah,
It's
it's
just
a
a
special
chance
type
to
of.
fall.
We're speeded by this. What are we rolling?
If you want to move across the floor, it's an acrobatics check, DC 10.
Well, I don't want to get left behind.
Yeah, move wherever you want. Track.
I actually can't see anything still.
Can you see where Jeff is? Jeff should be
I can
glowing.
only see Bozu.
Bright light. That should be.
I mean, I can see people. Wait, I can see
mean,
people way down here.
Yeah, are you right here?
I see Bozu here and nothing else around him.
You can't see Jeff?
Nope.
Jeff should be glowing. Yeah, I move your token back and forth.
Oh, now I can see.
Okay, yeah, that sometimes fixes dynamic lighting.
Got it.
But we're in the middle of combat, so I'm gonna move you back up here.
Cool.
It's your turn, Bozu. Unless you had anything else you wanted to do, Track.
Nope, that's it.
Track from where you are, I think you can see there's little nooks to the east and west. Do I have a blurb for this room now that you've walked into it? I already read it.
Yeah.
Yep. Yeah, little nooks to the east and west. You see several doorways. Passageway to the north and south. Bozu, what would you like to do?
Yeah, I don't want to kill this thing, but I guess everybody has to.
Just called out in common. What the heck? I'm just trying to have fun.
And I
They're
just
seeming
shout
friendly.
at. I mean, I'm gonna kind of step out here at least. So I'm like a little in the mix.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm just gonna say like, whoa, hey, do you know if there's any like challenges around here for like cruelty?
I'm gonna just have you really quickly make a persuasion check with disadvantage.
What if it's animal handling?
I'll let you. I'll allow that
Yes. With
with
disadvantage
disadvantage still because your group is
Yep.
fighting it. 14.
14.
It says, hey man, are you here for the tests?
Yep.
Why'd your friend attack me?
Sorry.
Can you
You
tell
could have
us
just gone through the doors and done the tests.
I think my friends have been a little spooked lately by things jumping out and attacking us. I don't know if I need to roll live for this.
I don't think so. Anything else you want to do, Bozu?
No, I'm feeling good.
All right. It skates around away from you guys. Silas.
Cool. Seems like we're not really in a fight with it anymore. It's gonna try to walk forward towards the group.
Acrobatics check.
Yeah.
I think there's a certain type of shoe people could have bought that helps them on
Nat
slippery
20.
ice.
Aren't they the crampons or whatever?
I have crampons.
Yeah.
Yeah.
How about that?
Crampons?
We all have crampons.
I cannot get over that name.
I know.
They
It's
sound like
wild.
tampons that give you cramps.
You do. Silas, you glide effortlessly across the ice.
Let's go.
Kit Fisto.
I'll call out and apologize to the walrus. Sorry, is it all these doors are the challenges?
Hey, we're out of combat, everybody. It skates back and says, just go through the doors and leave me alone.
Can I insight check
Yeah.
and see if this is actually part of the cruelty challenge? Okay.
Like I told Jeff earlier, I don't know if that's something a roll would tell you, but you can still make an insight check.
I just want to insight that the doors then are the challenges.
Whether you would be able to insight whether the walrus is lying to you, which you can't tell.
Yep.
You realize that you have no way to tell if a walrus is lying to you or not.
Fair enough. It is a talking walrus.
Can I just throw him some one rations? I feel like he'd like that.
It skates up to you on its body and eats it. And it
Can
says,
I?
Sorry for your trouble.
thanks, man. You're cool.
Yeah, I'm really sorry, man.
You guys see a door?
There's a door to our east and west.
So those of you with dark vision, door here, door here, door here, door here. Hallway to your north and south. Little nooks to your east and west.
Which one would you like to try first, everyone? I call out.
What
That's
about that
like
one?
Number
in
2, my
order.
lord.
like for each test. So like one door is gonna be the cruelty, one door will be endurance.
Yeah, it looks like that.
Jeff is gonna go to the northwest door. This one right here.
I follow.
Okay.
And I'm just gonna. Are there any? Are there any signs or anything on that?
Not there. No. It's another
Um,
giant-sized doorway.
guys, I think I'm just gonna. I think I'm just gonna open it and move on in.
Do it.
Jeff opens the door.
Nice. Roll an athletics check to try and open the door. Man, you know what would make a dungeon really fun for the players? Having them roll a check
Doors.
every time they want to open a door or move anywhere.
Hey,
This is why we
Silas.
needed knock door. We needed knock skills,
Yeah.
man. I knew it.
I
Could you-
can make it. I can give you advantage.
Yeah, thank you.
Do you guys want me to open this? I'm athletic.
21.
Jeff opens the
Okay, you're good.
door.
You're on deck though. For the next door.
Yeah.
Just making my muscles available.
Yeah, I've got a +4 to athletics, so or a +8.
+8 is better than me.
Jeff walked through.
I follow Jeff closely.
Okay. Let me read a blurb. The walls of this oddly shaped room are etched with elaborate panoramas of winter scenes. Set into the back wall is a door inscribed with a large snowflake. A single word is carved into the lintel above it. Which, if you don't know what a lintel is, it's the like frame above a doorway,
Ah,
or like a mantle would be to a fireplace.
very cool.
I had to look that up.
No worries.
Yeah, you can see strangely shaped room. Door farther in. That's what this is on the back wall here.
Yep.
That is where the inscription is.
Should we check that out?
Silas, I'm just gonna
Yeah,
move you in here,
Thank you.
everybody.
Let's go read
The
the
inscription?
inscription.
You gaze upon the lintel. It says cruelty.
Ah.
Okay.
I'm
I
gonna
look around the room.
I'm gonna take this one on.
And this door,
Are you
unlike the others,
sure?
is not giant sized.
It seems like we should send in Kit. He's got like the least conscience of any of us.
I don't mind doing this.
Okay.
Does
Yeah,
only one
here.
of us need to do the challenge, or
That's a good question. Does it have to be the same person for all of them? Someone, are you still able to talk to that walrus?
Hi.
I mean, we can all talk
Hey,
to the walrus.
Ukuma.
Oh, that's true. It does speak.
My name's Akuma. I mentioned that when you gave me food.
Does one person
Hey.
need to complete them all? Can you ask?
Does one person have to complete them all?
I don't know. I see groups of the druids that come in here go in those.
Okay,
Does that make sense?
maybe. We're just wondering if we have to send the same person into every door.
Maybe we can all go in at the same time.
Yeah, do the druids ever all go in at once?
Yeah. Hey,
Yeah,
do you
let's
have
do
more
that.
food?
Yeah, I'm gonna give him another ration.
Nice. It chews on the food, and says, "Hey, once you finish the test, if you head to the south, that's where the vault is. Have fun."
Well,
And
thanks,
it
man.
skates away.
Nice.
I like Azuma. Ukuma.
I walk up to the door. I say, "You guys ready?
Yeah, we can all go in.
Okay.
Let's do it." Pop it open.
It opens the door.
Nervous.
Your surroundings vanish in a
Mhm.
flurry of snow and ice. When your vision clears, you find yourself standing at the edge of a camp. It's tense, holding fast against a raging blizzard. This is also, everybody sees this.
Yeah.
I'm gonna move you all to somewhere here. That sounds good. Nice. I'm gonna delete all of these. which means no one can see anything. You're all at the edge of the camp.
Yep.
Ozu's here. Jeffy here.
Jeffy.
Gipisto. Rick. Silas.
Good old Jeffy.
Yeah, and it's not on the map, but there's a ton of people in this camp. It would just break everyone's computer if I put everyone there. Let me read really quickly, and then I'll get back to the group. Ha 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 ha.
We have to
Uh,
kill a bunch of people, aren't we?
The first thing you notice is there's a blizzard going on. If there's anybody around, they're either very close to a fire trying to keep it lit, providing cover for it, or they're hunkered down in their tents as is. Another thing you notice is all of you have a snowflake hovering above your head.
Snowflake.
Like
Mhm.
like The Sims.
Yeah, exactly like that.
Kind of like a sim, yeah.
Can I try to touch it?
Your hand passes through it.
Hmm.
It's a tiny
guys.
glowing snowflake.
I think I know what's gonna happen here.
What's that?
I don't think we can be seen by anyone. I think we're gonna be the forces of nature that kill every one of these people in the storm.
Ah, if that helps us pass the test. So we have to kill these people or just be...
I'm not sure. Let's see if they can see us first.
Sure.
I'm reading a little bit more.
Or do we just snuff out their fire?
Okay. You all are standing at the edge of this camp. I think you hear a shout from within, and someone approaches you.
Howdy.
I was wrong.
They have weapons out, but you see them glance above your head, and they instantly put their weapon down and go, "Ah, who are you? Why are you here?" They say, "What's going on?"
We're an adventurers
You're
group, but we're not entirely certain why we're here.
Who are you? I just posed back.
Don't interrupt me. Follow me. And they're gonna lead you into the camp.
Sure.
Yeah, I'll
Follow.
Yeah, let's go.
You need to speak to our king immediately. They're gonna bring you in. I only grabbed Kit. Here's everyone else. Into the center circle here, and they run into a tent. Some people are peeking out of their tents at you, seeing the snowflakes and either jumping back in their tents or coming back out to stand next to you, but in a way like they're standing guard for you, which is unexpected. I'm looking for description really quickly, and then I'll tell you.
Gotcha.
Oh, interesting.
This looks like one of the barbarian tribes.
The rugged nomad section of this book has so much gossip in it. It's
Yeah.
unexpected.
That's awesome.
Do these guys look like barbarians?
Yes, these are.
I mean,
like,
nomads.
Can you make a history check for me, Michael?
Sure. I'm gonna not have disadvantage on it.
Nice.
20.
You
Dirty 20.
recognize some of their like the camp itself, the things they're wearing. This is Bear Tribe,
Cool. Cool.
which I don't remember what I told you, so who knows?
Yeah.
You know everything about
I
Bear
have to-
Tribe that you have been told.
I have to look it up every time.
Aren't they the ones that are cannibalizing
Oh, snap.
themselves?
That sounds about right.
Yeah, I wish I
they're
had
so
my
hungry?
I wish I had all my info.
An impressive figure comes out of one of the tents. Do I have a thing for him, or is it just his name?
El Jeffy.
Oh, this isn't the cannibal one, right?
His name
Is
is
it?
There's
Geronimo.
All I know is that King Gunvald might be killing his wives.
Oh, God.
This is the cannibal one.
King
Or else I-
Gunvald steps out of his tent.
Oh, first.
It says he's 30 years old and cuts an impressive figure and is renowned for his size and strength. So imagine whatever that gets you.
Big himbo
Big boy.
energy.
I wouldn't say himbo. I think it's cannibal.
Well, he steps out of the tent and looks at you and looks at the snowflake above you. He goes, "Ah, the Frost Maiden has come. I see.
That's right.
Arm tootin'.
Everybody make a quick perception check for me. Just for a
Sure.
small detail I want to add. Okay.
Means only.
What the fuck?
Silas. Yeah. Silas, you pick up something no one else does. Every other
Okay.
camp you've gone to has had sled dogs. This camp does not.
Because they ate them. Got it.
Probably. The king approaches your party. Okay, his token is just his name. Dang. I don't know what you're here for, but I have a task for you, he says. And he nods to someone across from him, and they step out in front of you guys, bringing 4 people along with them. We're out of food, he says to your group.
Indeed. It seems so.
Desperate times call for desperate measures.
Are you sacrificing these 4 for some food?
Oh shit.
Our tribe's hunters have failed to return because of the unyielding blizzard. It's time to take drastic action, and he hands you guys a knife.
I push the knife away and pull out my Shardling Great Axe.
Fine, whatever tools you require.
Anyone else want to do the honors?
Um,
Can we have like a quick sidebar?
I would like.
Yeah, who are
I would
the
like.
4 people we're looking?
I would like you all to kill these 4 elders of the tribe so that we may eat, or leave immediately.
What do these 4 look like?
I don't know. They're probably in their like 50s.
All of them?
Yep.
Elders?
These are the 4 eldest members of the tribe, and we're gonna eat them. Yum yum. So you're gonna kill them or what?
Absolutely.
We need to have a team huddle.
Team huddle.
Yeah, and discuss.
Oh, what do you
Yeah.
want to talk
Oh,
about?
is it more cruel to not kill them?
I think there's more things cruel than death. For example,
Yeah.
hold person and then tickling.
What the
I
heck?
love that that's the I love that that's the one.
Michael, how long have you been thinking about that? Hold person, spell, and then tickle? That
Oh,
sounds like
literally
torture.
60 seconds. Ever since we got here to this camp, I've been trying to think what I can do besides kill people.
I don't know. I think this is the task that Ariel is trying to present us. Like, kill them, basically.
Killing the
something
4
really
elders will
quietly.
feed.
Kill something quietly, you say?
What?
No, I want to say something really quietly to just my party members.
Okay.
What if we kill the king?
I'm down.
Are we sure that's what we need to do here? We're on some sort of quest for a weird reason.
We're trying to open the vault
Yeah.
in the fortress. This is a task of cruelty. It seems like we're supposed to be cruel and kill these 4 people that he's presenting us.
Yeah, what do
Well,
we
is it
not want
crueler
to
to not kill them so they don't have food?
Either way, it's not like I don't think Ariel is gonna come through and give them food.
What do we not want to do right now?
We do
Kill
not
the-
want to do anything that's not cruel.
Right.
So we
We
don't give
all
them
want to
food.
do something that's objectively less cruel. We all want to spare these 4 guys. But
We
that's
don't
not
want to spare them.
And doom the entire tribe to death by starvation. Yeah.
we know that's
Wait.
not how it's going to work.
They're already starving, and they're just trying to they're trying like a really desperate action to like sacrifice to Ariel, but I don't think Ariel's gonna listen.
I personally think we need to kill these guys.
Yeah.
Elders look like? Do they look like they're upset? Do they look like they want to make a sacrifice for their tribe?
They don't look very happy. They look very defeated right now.
Okay.
I pull out my rapier.
I
Nice.
say I'm ready.
Yeah.
I'm gonna hand one the vial of myconid spores.
What the heck?
Oh God,
I
that's so
I,
cruel.
I immediately jump to and immediately just slash them.
Yeah.
Oh,
I'll help
okay,
too.
well, never mind. I guess I'll put that back away.
Oh, there are 4. I was going to go for 2 other
Oh,
ones.
okay. Okay.
I go for 2 other ones. Should I just roll my hits?
You don't need to roll. You just say you do it.
Well, I could kill effectively or all 4 of them with 2 strikes.
I mean, go for it.
The fort.
Okay.
I want to kill one.
Jeff
With my
strikes down
great
2 of
axe.
them, and all 4 die.
No.
Yep.
That's okay.
I even cook them for you, and I walk away.
Oh, that's kind of cruel.
Indeed.
The king says thank you.
Okay.
We notice
I've-
anything? Like the
Did we do
snowflake?
it? Did we get an A?
Did we get an A?
Your surroundings once again are blizzarded. Your surroundings vanish in a flurry of snow and ice. Once more.
I start muttering prayers.
Hiya.
Oh God.
Is that
Jeff's having
is that
like
how
a crisis of
is
faith.
that how praying works for you, Jeff?
Lara told me to get it done.
All right.
Here we go. Next challenge.
My hands are technically clean here.
I just start walking out to find another door.
Okay.
Yeah.
I don't like having to be like the pawn of the Frost Maiden and just do these
No,
little
it
tasks
sucks.
for her.
But I like doing good on tests.
That's on brand for Silas. Did we get an A in our test of cruelty?
I
So
got
should we
an
try
Would
this
you
one?
rather fail?
Is the walrus still there?
Yeah, he's just skating around.
Okay.
Uh,
I'll
Hey,
Wow, you guys did that really fast.
I nod.
All right.
Yep.
Keep it up.
What were you gonna say, Jeff?
Sorry, my internet's pretty slow. Let's just keep going.
Do this
And
one?
then we will kill her after we get all of this
Sure.
done.
Is there anything in this?
Peeking to the thing. There is small chambers over there.
Neat.
Nothing present in it though.
Okay. Looks like there's another door here, you guys.
True.
Wanna push the door open.
Athletics check.
I'll help.
I don't know why I keep trying this.
You got this.
Oh, wow.
Hey,
Ooh.
Track pushes the door open.
I'm gonna
Good
flex.
job, Track.
flex after you open the door. Yeah. Shall we? I'll move in.
Yeah.
Whoop.
Go.
What does this one read?
Nice. Let's see. This one is w- this one is partially broken off. What's left reads Irvation in common.
Preservation. It sounds like preservation, like the one that they tried to tell us. We need to preserve, I think.
It sounds like we need to be the president of Irvation.
Was
'Cause I think-
preservation one of them?
I thought it was like like you persevere or something.
Endurance was one of them.
That's
Endurance is one of them.
perseverance.
Isolation is one of them.
Was
I think
starvation?
perseverance was the other.
Preservation. I don't even know what the hell that word is, but you know, I know what it means. But
Let's
preservation.
do it.
Wait, sorry. What were the 4 words?
I just walk up and open the door. I don't even know, man.
Your surroundings vanish in a flurry of snow and ice. When your vision clears, you find yourselves at the edge of a camp under clear skies. All of
Ooh.
the fires in the camp are out, and the only sound you hear is the flapping of tents as the wind hits them. Closer examination reveals dozens of corpses half buried in snowdrifts. It becomes clear that a massacre took place here recently.
Oh,
You hear
man.
the squawking of buzzards coming from the middle of the camp and see a half-dozen vultures picking at 2 bodies outside of one of the larger tents.
Is this the same camp we were just at?
No, different camp.
Okay.
Michael, you can make a
Swarm.
history check for this one as well.
Oh,
If you can
are we going
figure
to
out-
the four tribes?
Oh.
15?
15? I'd say that's enough. They... I'm reading really fast.
You're good.
You see regalia of the wolf tribe
Ugh, they suck.
on the bodies.
What's their deal?
Yeah, sounds about right. Well, this is what they get for worshipping the Malar, the Beast Lord. They haven't even had a king or queen for years, these losers. Just got some weird warlord chieftain who hunts 10-towners for sport. And, like, you know, I don't have anything against you barbarians, but it's just not nice.
Should we move in?
But yeah.
Allow.
I didn't know there was
Yeah,
so
it's
much hot
cool.
goss.
No, there's so
There's so
is. I mean,
much.
honestly, nobody even really believes the Wolf Tribe is gonna last that much longer under its current leadership. Like they're bringing outsiders in, and I mean, even goblinoids. It's kind of crazy.
They have goblins in their barbarian tribe? That's wild.
Well, probably not anymore. I'm looking around at all the corpses.
Fair.
Again, you all have that tiny glowing snowflake above your head.
Does chaps look any different than the rest of us?
Nope.
Okay.
We can't remember what this word is, right?
It was something Irvation.
Maybe it's enervation, and we gotta give these guys a pep talk.
Could be. Is there anyone alive as we approach the camp?
You can make a perception check.
Sure. As we all know, I'm very perceptive.
Let you know a lot of bodies.
Yeah.
Disadvantage as well. Also.
Oh. Okay.
Unlike the other camps, no fire is lit here.
16.
Oh, nice. Let me read really quickly. Looking throughout the camp, I mean, there's a bunch of giant vultures, but you eventually hear movement from inside one of the larger tents.
I just slowly approach the tent, like motion at it.
You hear sobbing.
Check I can do to try to remember the words.
Wasn't it
No, I can.
cruelty?
Sorry, I can tell you the words. It was that the giant said that was in this room: cruelty, endurance, isolation, preservation.
Preservation. Okay, I was right.
Yeah, I
Did we
didn't
see
realize that's
anyone
what you guys
alive?
were trying to do.
Yeah. I was like, what is that word?
Wait, did you find
Words.
someone still alive?
You hear light sobbing coming from inside one of the larger tents.
Cool. Whoever it is, I'm gonna cure wounds.
Okay.
That's gonna count as preservation, I think.
Bozu bursts into the tent where there is a little boy sobbing.
Aw.
Hey, what's up, kid?
Uh,
Okay, stupid question.
Yeah, he is not doing good.
Does he look injured?
He doesn't look injured. You notice also all he has on is like a light poncho.
Hmm. Hmm. Let's see. Anybody have clothes?
Jeff
Yeah.
is gonna go look around for some extra cold weather gear from like the corpses.
I'm gonna give this kid. I definitely have a blanket or something.
I can give the kid my cold weather gear. I just wear it for show.
I use prestidigitation to clean him.
Okay.
Preservation.
He's sobbing a bunch. You guys are like handing him blankets. Jeff, you collect some bloody cold weather gear.
I ask him what's wrong. What's
Fight
going
off some
on?
of the vultures.
What happened here?
He is. You ask him stuff, and he just like stares at you and sobs.
Where's your mother?
Preservation.
He starts crying harder.
Derek, how long ago did it look like this happened?
Looks kind of fresh, right? There's
You can make a medicine check since you're pilfering these corpses for their cold weather gear.
11.
11.
Like, I guess my thing is, are they still warm?
I'm reading. No, they're not warm.
Okay, so
it wasn't in the last few hours, but like they weren't buried in snow or anything.
Damn. All right, so we can't bring them back.
Well, if we're trying to preserve it, we're trying to keep it in its current state. Is there something that's trying to like interrupt this scene?
I start shooting vultures.
Okay.
Maybe we're supposed to save the child. So
The vultures start attacking you guys. Hey, everybody.
Oh, snap.
How many vultures are there?
You're
That
not.
would be that question.
You're not sure,
before.
Zach.
Oh God.
All right, well then I'm just popping shots off with my bow.
Hang on, let's see. Like,
Here we go. I don't even see any on the screen, so
I
it's
know.
probably like
I have to put them on here.
Oh
Yeah.
no.
If I was searching the bodies, would I be away from them so they wouldn't start attacking everyone?
You start something, Zach.
All right, fair enough.
Doo-doo. Oh wow, these are big birds.
Oh
That's a
shit.
giant
Oh,
vulture.
okay. I
Oh
think
my
I
god.
accidentally did the right thing.
Oh no.
Did I? I think I did the right thing, but just it's very unfortunate what's happening right now.
We're about to find
Yeah,
out.
everybody go ahead and roll initiative for me.
Roger.
Oh, everyone already roll it? Missing Bozu. I'll roll for it. There we go. Perfect. Kit Fisto, Jeff attacks one of the vultures. Here, I'll just put this up here. They start getting very aggressive.
Which tent is the boy?
He's in this one.
Okay, I'm gonna go stand in the doorway and whack this one with my Chardolin Great Axe. So if I'm not proficient with that, I just minus the 4 for my proficiency.
Yeah.
Okay.
You can just
So
roll a strength check.
yep. So let's do that.
Nice.
That's with the bracers.
You hit it.
Yep. Okay. And the damage.
What's your damage?
Oh, it's also a +1 to hit too. So
Yeah.
it's 60 technically. So roll d12.
I mean, I don't have a very high AC.
Hold on, let me just roll the thing because it has all the stats and stuff on it. So 14 slashing damage and 3 cold damage, but no sneak
Yeah, I
attack
don't think you hit the
damage.
sneak. Okay, noted. It's still alive. It
Yep.
goes.
Do
It makes bird
do I have my
noises.
do I have my second attack with it? I don't think so.
Nope.
Okay. That's my turn. I'm just standing in the doorway trying to block it from the vultures.
Jeff.
Is that vulture that's to my right? Is it within like? Is it in the air or is it right on
It's
me?
on you. It's on the ground.
Okay.
It's got its wings extended. An amazing 15-foot wingspan, maybe 20 feet.
Okay. Well then,
It goes, but like a
I'm
vulture
Just like
would.
going. Gross. I'm going to back away.
Nice. It attacks you.
AC is AC is currently 20.
Okay. Let me double check. Okay, I got an 18. Keep going.
All right. I'm gonna drop my shield and my sword, pull out my bow, and I'm just gonna shoot twice at first at the giant vulture that I walked away from. Sharpshooter does a 16 hit.
It dies.
All right, then the next one I'm gonna hit is the giant vulture north of Silence, the one on the left.
Sure.
Again, sharpshooter.
Yep, roll it.
Does 12 hit?
12 hits. You do 21 points of damage. It's still
Is it dead?
alive.
All right, and then I'm gonna shoot the one next. I'm gonna action search,
Mm-hmm.
and I'm gonna shoot that one again. 22 more
It
damage,
dies.
and then I'm gonna shoot the one next to it with my last attack. On the right. 18 damage.
All right. Noted. Anything else? Jeff?
Bonus action. I'm gonna put out my Jekko.
Okay. You can put that on the board, right?
Yep. That's it. I'm done.
It's their turn. Caw, caw. They all say. We're birds.
oh my god, they're speaking common.
Jeff, Jekko, Jeff. Some attacks on you. How about a 9 or a 13?
AC's 18.
I'm gonna take Bozu out. Silas, time to get attacked.
Oh, yay!
Why can't I? Oh, I'm hitting the Windows button, not the Alt key. Oops. 21 to hit Silas.
Yeah.
You take 6 piercing.
Okay.
And then 19 to hit Silas.
Also hits.
9 more slashing, so 15 total.
Cool.
One's going to attack the Jekko. 13 and then a 20.
The 20 will hit, and he goes down.
Nice. And then Kit Fisto. Nat 1. 22.
Hits.
11 slashing. That's their whole turn.
Ouch.
Silas.
Fuck it. I'm gonna cast Magic Missile at 3rd level.
Okay. And who are you targeting with each of those missiles? That's 5?
Yeah. I'll target all of them and then the one directly next to me twice.
Okay. I'll say the first two are gonna hit that. So that one actually dies. And then one on the rest of them. All right. 4, 3, and 2. All right, you got it.
Cool. That's my turn.
Track.
I'm going to shoot this one with a crossbow.
Which one?
This one to the east.
Gotcha. Go ahead and roll. Do you get anything for attacking your favorite enemy? Because these are beasts.
Oh, finally.
I
Favorite enemy. Let me check.
don't think you get like bonus damage or anything. But if there's anything helpful there, I have no idea. Because it like hasn't come up.
Nothing helpful right now. I just shoot it.
Alright, that's your first attack. You have another one.
I'll shoot it again.
Oh,
Oh,
my
wow.
god.
That one.
It's gonna miss. Somehow. I don't know,
You
maybe
got lucky this time, bird.
maybe you feel bad for it or something. Even though that's above its AC.
Oh my god, really?
Nat 1 auto misses. Let's see. After track, unless you have anything else, track.
Nope.
After track, there is a terrible howl that comes from the edge of the camp.
Does this sound like the wolf from the other tribe?
Wolf? I don't think it sounds like a wolf.
Oh,
Definitely a human making that noise.
a human, huh?
Yep.
Oh, this is the wolf tribe, okay.
I think layer open. I'll draw your attention to the top left there. No, top right. There we go. I normally don't get left and right mixed up. Oh, I can put this kid on here. Hey, it's me, some boy.
I could like barely see his name tag in the tent.
Yeah. Let me show you a picture of him. Maybe. Named
Maybe.
creatures. Show to players. There he is. There's a little boy.
Aw.
Oh.
Very cute, honestly.
Sucks that everyone that he knows is dead.
Yeah.
It's fine. Kids are resilient.
Oh my god.
Jesus.
Silas would know.
Yeah, I would know.
I'm just gonna roll it. I don't care if you see this. There he is. Alright. Kit Visto, a terrible howl's been let out from the edge of the camp. There's still
Just
vultures.
call out. I call out hello, and I swing at the giant vulture next to me. Yeah.
17 hits, 16 slashing, 5 cold. Dang, that one dies.
Yes. Shardle Great Axe.
Anything else, Kit?
Nope.
Jeff.
Cool. I'm going to. I have disadvantage if I shoot at the one right next to me, right?
Correct.
Okay.
Or
I'm
if
gonna
you
shoot.
if you shoot at any of them when there's a hostile creature within 5 feet of you.
I'm gonna shoot at disadvantage with sharpshooter just to see if I can hit this thing.
That's
Right in
being a
front.
little cocky, but go ahead.
24.
Oh my god. It
The
dies.
payoff is real.
And then I'm gonna turn around and shoot the other one.
Mm-hmm.
Fuck.
Dang.
An 8 will not hit.
Oh no.
Damn it. I got the one right in front of me and I can't hit the other one. With that, I'm going to put my arrow back, pick up my sword and shield, and summon my Jekko for my bonus action.
Okay. Let me just do this really
That
fast.
is it.
Hey Derek, is this axe always glowing on my back when I'm not using it?
It's always glowing because you're always in frigid environments.
Yeah, I think it's right.
Oh,
So
I should
even when
make
we
you.
were in there,
I should make you glow, huh?
yeah, I was just gonna mention. I forgot to tell you that.
Does it say how much it glows?
Yes, it's specifically in frigid temperatures, freezing temperatures, 10-foot bright light and dim light for another 10 feet. So 20 feet,
Okay, noted.
but
Yeah,
bright for 10, dim
it
for 10.
is glowing, or Kit's axe is glowing.
Yeah,
That really fucks up all of your dim movement speed.
it does. Yes,
Oh no, I didn't
it
realize
does
that.
indeed.
Uh, Jeff, you're all done.
Yep.
Howling happens again. Ooh, ow, wow. Giant
Wowie, I say
vulture.
I see him.
One left. It's gonna fly away.
Yeah.
Caw.
Does my Gecko have Sentinel?
I think your Jekko gets reactions, so you can attack.
Okay. Then he's gonna try and attack.
Bazinga.
Bazoingo.
12 to hit.
12 hits.
8 damage. It
It
would
does
also
not move away.
have to do. All right.
So we'll attack you instead.
The Gecko.
12 and a 12. So no. Silas.
Hello. I'm just gonna cast Firebolt on it.
Firebolt. Go for it.
Mm-hmm.
That hits. It dies.
Woo!
Hooked vulture.
Now this kid can live forever. He's got a lot of vulture meat. I point at the guy that I see out there.
Yeah, the sobbing has grown more intense from inside the tent. Anything else, Silas?
Nope.
The kid steps to the opening of the tent. What does he say? He manages to get out. He's back. He's back. You have to get me out.
Who's back?
Isar.
Is he a friend or foe?
He points to all the bodies on the ground.
Oh shit.
Oh.
Trek, it's your turn.
Okay.
Let's see.
Get me out of here, says the kid between sobs.
What does he say?
Get me out of here.
I'm gonna move forward. Man, I think Planar Warrior is only 30 feet.
Yeah.
It is.
Are you like just out of range for it? Oh, this sucks. You'll have to put the Glock away for this turn.
I will bonus action Hunter's Mark and then shoot.
Okay. Yeah, you see this like
Jesus.
blood-covered beast of a man is like tearing open these tents with a wild look on his face, and you shoot him a bunch. He barely flinches as the arrow hits him,
Good sign.
and he looks up at you like a dog looking up from its meal.
Okay, I'm gonna shoot him again.
Okay. Another hit.
I'm gonna yell out, "Hey man, what the fuck?"
He lets out a wild howl.
Terrible answer.
You see him sniff at the ground and raise his sickle. Anything else, Track?
Nope, that's it.
Hit Fisto.
I want to try and think for a second. And am I trying to preserve this guy destroying this camp or preserve this child? Is there any role that I can make to like determine what the challenge might be?
No.
Give the child away or let this guy finish his rampage? So no, okay.
You guys keep asking, can I roll to solve this? And the answer is going to be no.
Okay, so
Like,
here's what I'm gonna do.
try and
I'm gonna
figure
pick
it
up the kid
out.
and run. I'm gonna pick up the kid and run with him the opposite direction.
Okay. Yeah.
I say, come with me. We'll save you.
He's dead weight on your arms as you lift him. Your speed will be halved as you move.
That sounds good.
But however far you can move, go ahead and move yourself there. I'll move the kid with him.
Right there.
Sounds good. Jeff.
Yeah. I'm ready to fuck this guy up. So Jeff is gonna move up, and I think he can do one more space. And then as a bonus action, I can actually just summon a new Jekko, and my other one would dissipate.
Mm-hmm.
So that's what I'm gonna do. But in reality, I'm really just gonna move my Jekko over.
Just do it.
Perfect. And then I am going to I'm just gonna have my rapier out in my shield. And as a bonus action, I am going to cast. Oh shit! I'm doing the wrong thing. As a shoot, is this an action or a bonus action? Shield of Faith, action, bonus action.
Bonus action.
So I can't use an action to spend that, can
You
I?
would not be able to do that.
Right. Okay, then ignore the Jekko, and I'm just gonna do the Shield of Faith.
On
Myself?
Okay. So your AC is 22 now.
Yep, and my Jekko's still back there. and then I'm gonna ready an action if he comes at me. And last, oh yeah, he's gone then. Jekko's
Yeah.
gone. And then I'm just gonna say, "Come on, pretty boy." And I'm ready for him.
All right. Well,
Oh no.
you've successfully goaded him into attacking you as he attacks you.
Do I get my attacks first?
Oh, were you holding attacks?
Yeah.
Hmm.
My held action was B until he rushed me.
Sure.
All right. Is it 2 or just the 1?
It'd be 2. You're holding an action, so you get your full action there.
Awesome. All right. Green Flame Blade Shardlin. 28 to hit.
That hits.
He needs to do a DC 13 con save or be poisoned.
Yeah, just keep going.
12 damage. Another 28, 11
That
damage.
also hits. Yep.
And then, yeah, 2 con saves.
Yep. He's fine.
All right.
Sickle time. If the target has. That's interesting. He did crit you
Oh,
on his
God.
first attack.
Fuck. All right.
You take 8 piercing plus 13 piercing.
Ooh.
So 21 damage on the first attack.
Got it.
He will lick the end of his sickle, giving him advantage on attacks against you.
Gross and weird.
Kind of hot, but okay.
25 to
Oh my
hit.
God.
Oh, I need you to make a
Uh,
concentration check too for the Shield of Faith.
Okay, let's do the concentration check first.
DC's 10.
Nat 20.
Okay.
But then this is his second action. I'm gonna use my defensive duelist feat and bump up my AC to 26.
You
on
use
that
your
hit.
reaction to attack him. All right. When you ready an action, you
did.
use your reaction to.
I did
do
use
that.
my reaction. Darn it. Okay, then yeah, the next one hits as well.
So it's gonna be 5 piercing plus 13 piercing.
Okay, so another 18.
Mm-hmm. Another 25. 5 piercing plus
Okay.
11 piercing.
So 16.
And
Got it.
he is giddy,
Oh no.
Cool.
doing like a hyena laugh as he attacks you. Silas.
Okay, this gives me a 3, 4, 5, 6. Let's make sure I have an angle. I want to firebolt him.
I'm gonna give him 3/4 cover from you. Do you have anything that
That's fair.
would help that? Yeah, but that gives him
No,
a bonus to
but I
his
do have
AC.
I do have a +1 to the firebolt spell that isn't calculated in my thing because of the arcane grimoire, because I can't figure out how to add a +1 to that specific thing.
Oh, did you get the arcane grimoire?
Mhm.
Grimoire.
Grimoire, the +1, and I am attuned to it.
I hope that you accounted for that in the party fund, Zach, because I tuned out.
I think I did.
A
That was
20,
a week.
a 23 hits, 7 fire damage. Anything else?
Nope.
Nice. Oh, concentration checks, Zach. For the
Right,
you got
I need
hit 2 more
2,
times.
don't I?
Yeah, DC 10, DC 10 for both of them. Yep,
Still good.
all good. The boy sobs.
Aw, I patted him.
He says, "My name's Eric Svokatoth."
Aw. Eric's, why don't you talk to my familiar here? And I let the little thing, my little ferret, run all around on his shoulders.
He holds up some stuffed animal that he's holding. It's Trek's turn.
Bonus action. Planar warrior.
Nice.
It's time. The clock.
I'm gonna try to shoot him.
Yeah, that hits. Okay, and that's got both of them included, so 15 damage total, and that's all force damage. Roger.
Yeah.
Second attack?
Shoot him again. I'm pretty sure planar warrior is only the first one, right?
Yes.
Yes.
All right. Jeff Arrows was by you, slamming into this howling man who likes
Awesome.
the taste of your blood.
Who doesn't?
Anything else, Trek?
That's it.
Moving on, Kit Fisto.
Does it look like anything is affecting this guy?
The one that is behind 3/10 from you?
Yeah, I don't know if I could check from here. But I'm gonna keep going and keep consoling the boy. So another 15 feet. Actually, yeah, no, I'll go 15 feet. So right there, 3 cubes,
Wee,
and
says
then
the
I'm
boy
gonna.
as he sobs.
I asked him before I do anything, do you want me to like stop him? And I point back towards the wolf guy.
I don't think you can.
I agree. Let's get out of here. Actually, can I action dash so I can have my actual full movement?
Yeah.
So another 15 feet with the kid.
Wee.
That's my turn.
Jeff.
Yeah, I'm not in a good spot. That hurt a lot. So damn. I'm gonna bonus action. I'm going to bonus action get a Jekko out here. And then, oof, I'm gonna try it, but I might end up dying. I'm gonna back off.
Okay. I mean, he's definitely
Oh,
going to
God.
attack you.
Oh no.
Yeah, I know.
Zed.
Yeah. 24.
It's
Man, this
5
guy's strong.
piercing plus 16 piercing.
Oh my god.
okay.
This guy's a maniac.
He is.
But yeah, you make it away.
Perfect. And then my Jekko is gonna do 2 attacks.
Okay.
17 hit.
Yes, 17 hits. 7 damage.
All right, 7 damage and a DC con save.
Yeah. Keep going.
21 to hit, 6 damage.
Another 6 damage on him. Roger.
Echo Fury.
Uh-oh.
Nat 1.
Yeah, that'll miss. He fails one of the con saves with the poison, and chooses
Awesome.
instead to succeed on it.
Oh god.
Oh! Oh no! I don't
Our
like
table. It's broken.
Can I see
I'm
Jeff doing that, by the way?
What do you mean? You
Hitting this guy?
yes?
I want to
it's
use
the
my
Jekko.
yeah.
Oh, you
I
mean
want to
Jeff?
use my reaction
Yeah.
to increase it by 1d10 of the weapons type for the one that hit.
Okay. Yeah, roll another d10.
Wait,
As,
2 attacks hit.
just
I can
one of
only
them.
do it once
Just roll another
okay, so-
per
d10
turn.
as your
Yeah.
Gotcha.
Jekko
I'm just giving you an
swings,
extra d10.
finding
Awesome.
extra weight in the handle of its blade.
Cool, 4
Another
extra
4
damage. I still have like 10 feet of movement, so I'm just gonna move another 50 feet.
Sure.
Because I got hurt. That's my turn, guys.
It's his turn.
No.
He's gonna attack the Jekko. 21 to hit.
Okay, Jekko's gone.
Yeah. Let's see. I'm gonna roll to see what he does. Because he's either gonna try and make his way into the camp or go after Jeff. He's gonna go after Jeff.
Oh god, Jeff. No. Jeff's gonna get eaten by this guy.
Fuck!
Oops. I just rolled initiative for him accidentally. I don't know. 10. Let's say that's what it is. He has a crossbow as well. That might be funny. No, he likes his blood sickle. 8 to hit.
Miss!
Dang.
21.
A 22 right now.
Did you roll for that hit he got against you?
Ooh, I did not.
No. That's DC 10 as well. Okay.
20.
So that misses.
So
and then
still hasn't hit me.
25.
Wait, how many attacks is that?
3 attacks.
Right, but wait, he attacked the Jekko, and then he got an 8 and a 23, right?
Oh, you're right. I do have. Oh, hang on. Yeah. No, you're right.
Sick. Okay, cool.
That's fine.
One more round.
Keep running, Jeff.
Silas.
Yay! I can't really see.
Jeff's just
Correct.
running around a tent screaming help.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, let's do more fire.
Roast him.
Another cantrip, another firebolt.
21 hits. 11 fire damage.
fire.
You zap him from behind like a coward.
Yep.
And he turns around and shouts, "Coward! Face me."
This is facing you.
Anything else, Silas?
Nope.
Boy cry track.
I'm gonna move. I'm gonna cast where bonus action, planar warrior,
Mm-hmm.
and I'm gonna shoot him.
Man, die.
Oh,
Oh, nice.
He falls over.
good
Nice.
job. Well done, well done. We did it.
I'll close the turn order.
Jeff starts coughing blood again.
Yeah, poor Jeff just got like absolutely battered.
Yeah. Thanks for being a human shield, Jeff.
Yeah, no, we're good. I just stopped running away now.
I say, is it over? We're way over here.
Yeah, you're safe, kid.
We did it. You're safe.
Does
Oh,
anything happen?
boy stops crying.
We've preserved your life in a
That's
way of
cool.
speaking.
Kit, a wolf is walking up to you.
A wolf.
A wolf just walks up to you.
Interesting. I put the kid down behind me,
Okay.
so I'm between the kid and the wolf. I say, "Who are you?"
The wolf
In common.
says, in common, Josh.
Josh.
My name
the
is
wolf.
Josh.
Hello, Josh the wolf. What up? Hey guys, come over here. There's a talking
I
wolf.
I can take the boy to another wolf tribe camp. It says, in
Insight
common.
check.
Yeah, you can make an insight check.
D20 plus wisdom. 3.
Seems honest.
Seems like a great idea. I start to hand the boy over to the talking wolf.
The boy runs over to the wolf and hugs it and says, "My birthday is coming up. This is great. I love wolf, Josh."
Yay! Happy birthday, kid. Is the wolf licking its lips? I call everyone over to where we are.
You all approach and see the boy, Eric's Vokatoth, with a wolf, and the wolf says, "Sup, I'm Josh, I guess.
Yeah, you look after
Oh.
Eric's.
I'm gonna take this
You
boy
hear
to
me?
another wolf tribe camp.
Don't eat him.
Cool.
You mean it?
I swear,
Is this a trick?
it's not a trick.
Can I
My
do an
name's
insight check?
definitely Josh, and I'm definitely here to help. Roll an insight check.
I would also like to do an insight
Yeah,
check.
you can make an insight check.
18.
18.
15.
You reason out there might be a reason there's a talking wolf here at the wolf tribe.
Hey guys,
Maybe.
I think we're all clear. Obviously,
Might have
there's
made
no
up its
story
name
about-
on
there's
the
no
spot.
story about there's no story about wolves trapping children, and
True.
taking them away from their families and eating them. I feel like we're getting a little judgmental and stereotypy.
Yeah,
Kids
I
are
say
pretty.
we let him
Kids
go.
are pretty self-sufficient.
Yeah, he's still alive. Everyone else
Yeah.
got
Yeah.
fucked up. All right, let's go.
Thanks for helping
Do you
me,
wanna go-
says Eric's
go with the wolf?
Vokatoth.
I say happy birthday soon, Eric's.
Congrats, kid. Have a good life.
Oh,
Bye.
wait. Before you go, I run over and get the blood sickle, and I give it to him, and I'm like, "Hey, happy birthday, kid!"
Oh my god.
This
Jeff
killed
picks
all
it
of
up.
my loved ones.
And now it can kill
And now
everyone.
it's yours.
Exactly.
Well, I
Good
guess
lord.
I can. Thanks. And he leaves with the wolf, and you all are surrounded by flurry of snow and ice, and you're back at Grimskull.
Nice. 2 down. I just wiped my hands off.
2 down, 2 to go, and that's where we're gonna leave off today.
Yeah, buddy.
Thank God.
I thought you were
Let's
gonna die.
go.
A God.
Yeah, I thought you were gonna die.
Yeah, let's. Oh yeah, thank God. Perfect. I love it.
Does Jeff still look bloodied after we transport back?
Jeff got beat up.
Does he still look bloodied after
Oh
we get
yeah.
transported back?
Oh yeah.
Interesting. Okay.
I don't know
Oh,
what you guys have been thinking. This is very real.
Okay. That's what I figured, but I just wanted to make sure.
Mm-hmm.
Well, that was a fun session. Thank you, Derek.
That was
There we
good.
go.
Yeah.
I can't wait for Velen to betray us all, says Kiphisto as we enter the room again as a last word.
Hey guys, does anybody mind if I heal up?
No. But Derek said we're
Yeah, you
You
should do
should
that.
do that.
Okay, how about we heal up at the beginning of next game, so I don't
Yes.
Yeah.
Write a
I've
note to
used.
yourself.
I think the HP will be more than enough reminder.
As soon as you see
Yeah.
your bar
Mhm.
at like 0.
Let me just make sure Kit's glowing.
Yes, yes. I glow technically 20 feet, but 10 feet of bright light and
10
then
and
10 more
10.
feet of dim.
So you should have been glowing the whole time anyways. So Jeff, you didn't need to
Yeah.
light your sword. I don't know if you'd still want it. All right.
Cool, yep.
I'll keep it on.
Good game, guys.
What did I have in mind? I
Yeah.
don't know. I'll remember later. Thanks for playing, everybody.
Halfway
Yes.
through the trials.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You're almost to step 1.
True.
Maybe.
Almost.
Who knows?
All right.
We're
GG's.
we're on part A of step 1.
Yeah.
Classic
It's those
homework.
math questions that have like 10 steps. They're like, there's only 2 problems for homework. The problems have 20 steps.
Oh, hey, we've almost been playing for a year.
Holy
Yay.
shit.
If there's any feedback for me, the DM, you want to give, feel free to send that to me. If there's anything you are enjoying and want more of, or not enjoying and want less of, please let me know.
Will do.
Or if you want your character to be a different one, I don't know.
Roger.
Zach's Jeff now. It can happen.
It's true.
That happens.
Your session was on December 6th.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, wow. Yeah, it's
Also,
almost been a year.
Marpin off the 14th.
Mm-hmm.
Would
True.
anybody be down for a live session?
I don't
I
think we
could be
can do
down
that.
for.
We've got Michael in California.
Right.
Oh, that's true.
We
I'll be
could
a little
always
up.
try. Yeah. All right.
And that would make it hard to stream.
Oh, fair.
Oh.
Yeah.
Is Michael coming back to Michigan at all for break?
Listen,
Or
it would be
holidays?
very difficult for me to put together. I might be willing, but not in the next not next week.
Not in the next amount of
Yeah,
time.
obviously.
Live D&D sessions have a very different setup.
True. Cool. Well,
Fair
we'll
enough.
figure that out later then.
Mm-hmm.
Thanks again, Derek.
Hooray.
That was fun.
Good
All right.
game.
Catch you guys later.
Yeah. See you guys later.
Bye.
Later.
Bye,
Bye.
Bye-bye.
everyone.